That's the I just need King Thrash and Big Money. So that's Big Money RT. Need to get him in here. I sent everybody else a chat invite. We need to put that the last thing we're gonna put on here is the Death Stranding. Death Stranding. Confirmed for Steam by the PC community. Okay, that'll be we'll be talking about that too. Is there anything else we're missing on the topics? We got Days Gone. Oh yeah. I already have the first stage of the Xbox questions. Media bias. Oh, okay. Media bias. And it's really true with this one. Like, I don't want to say media bias. It's the people that played the game that gave it negative scores because of their own political orientation or sexual orientation of how they feel about themselves and how they feel the game should be portrayed. And it's like, not every game is for every person. And you're not there to review a game based on if it makes you feel good as a lesbian or a transgender. You're there to play the game and enjoy the game for what it is. Now, if you can't understand how good the game is, then maybe you need to pass it off to another individual to review the game. What's going on, Big Money? I'm about to change my headset, Sam.
Can you hear me?
I'll join on later.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, can you do me a big favor? Twitter has a cooldown for me sending a link to King Thrash. Can you see if he can get in here? I don't know if he's like playing the game or anything. I mean, I could try.
Hold on. Let me see.
I already sent it to Tim Dog. Yeah, they have a cooldown. I can't send it, but I did get Tim Dog. I sent him the link.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I need you to send one to Fatal. Yeah,
okay.
Fatal and Thrash, because I have too much of a cooldown. They will not let me send another link. We need to literally have the original people in a group chat. So when I send the link, everybody can click
everybody
it. Yeah, I have one. I'm gonna open it back up. I'm gonna add a couple more people to it. Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, because we do that on the round table. We got that.
Good.
You just send out one thing.
There you go. That's what we need. We need that.
Buka, come here. Hurry up. Give me that control. I mean,
what's my for?
The control right there.
Let me see what I can do, man.
Let me see.
I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna send him the link on my PlayStation Legion Twitter account because this cooldown is crazy, bro. I'm trying to get Fatal in here, man.
I don't see neither one of them. They're not playing the game.
You say Fatal?
Fatal, and
no, Fatal ready.
Yeah, it's on here.
Fatal is ready to join. I just gotta send him a message on my other account.
Let's see.
So I got Fatal. Don't worry about him. I got him.
Okay.
Okay, I just sent it to Fatal. I got him. And then let's go make sure everybody's ready for the PlayStation Legion hangout real quick. We good? Okay, good on that. I'm gonna send the link out to the video so everybody can be on there and watching. Guys, we got Tim Dog coming on today. He's an Xbox influencer, Xbox gamer. He is also a fan, Xbox fan on Planet Earth dot some or something like that. I don't know. So we gonna get him in here. We got Fatal in here real quick. We already got Fatal.
What's up, boys?
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Up, I just sent Thread a message.
They gave me a cooldown, bro, on the on sending out the link. So we gonna have a group chat on Twitter only for putting out topics for the chat and sending out the link. So you know,
yeah, kind of what we do with the round table. Yeah. Fatal.
Let's see what.
Yeah, it's kind of actually that's a smart idea.
What's going on, Fatal? You play Days Gone yet?
No, sir, I have not had the luxury of buying that game yet, man.
Oh, I remember you said. Yeah, okay, I remember. Did you watch my gameplay yet?
Not yet. No, I will though. I will.
It's 3 hours.
I haven't watched anybody's yet, just so I can avoid spoilers and whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so what you gotta do is you gotta fast forward 40 minutes.
All right.
Then I should be at just normal gameplay, no story. But I will say there's not many spoilers because it's not deep into the story. It's a game that doesn't like drive you into, oh, this has happened. Oh man, that's sad. And now you got to go on and then find. No, it's like, well, this happened. We still don't know what's going on. Move on through the world, and then it's like you unlock as you go. And they have an awesome interface on like revisiting missions, revisiting cutscenes as memories, shit like that. Very nice, man. It's very good.
That's awesome. So Tim Dog's going to be on here.
Yeah, that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I've been talking to him lately, man, trying to get him on here. He said he's gonna come, so because he had I think he had because you know JayTech sends out the invites, and he had but he had him blocked. He unblocked him, and we're trying to set it up now. I just sent him another text letting him know that JayTech sent him the link. So
okay, awesome.
Yeah. Nah, bro, that's a long speech, bro. Hopefully, I can get him to come on the round table too. So.
I'm seeing somebody that seems to be making a futuristic, realistic version of Minecraft inside of Dreams. This guy goes by the name of Disarmed, and he has been making so many, like, just the shit he's producing in Dreams is unreal. Man, I can't wait for, Judgment's our next game. I cannot wait for that. The combat in that game looks amazing, man.
Yeah.
Oh, so much great shit, man.
Yep. If you're on the PlayStation side, man, you can always find good stuff to play, man. Kind of can on the Xbox side, but you really got to go looking for it.
Yeah, I just that's why I'm glad that Tim accepted the invite, man, because we need to talk to a lot of people that's on the Xbox side. Because
agreed,
definitely.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, guys? I just jumped in.
Yeah, what's going
on? Tim Dog?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Doing all
right, sir. Doing all right.
Hey, Tim, thanks, man. Thanks again, man, for accepting the invite, man. I really appreciate it, bro. Really appreciate it.
Anytime, Big Money.
All right, man.
Okay, where's Lincoln? And because I don't hear him, he's in here. So
Lincoln.
I know Sam is gonna be late. Adam is coming normally late. Sam has to charge up his phone.
I see Thrash playing Days Gone. He probably doing something, so
yeah.
Thrash should be here in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be playing that game for a minute.
That game is just unexpected on how dynamic everything is, from who's gonna be there and how the weather is, and like just the different thing that's going down. Like I died by wolves. I was messing around with the wolves. I was trying to set a bear trap to make one of the wolves get in the bear trap, and I could just kept messing around with them, and then one of them bit me and ate me, but the other one did step in a bear trap at the moment that the other one was killing me. So it's like, but the zombies fell in the bear trap pretty easily. Or I mean, the freakers, they're a little sluggish. But I just like that the bear trap is there. But I never learned about the bear trap through any reviews. Like none of the reviewers talked about all of these other weapons and traps that you'll have. I haven't even got to the C4. I haven't got to that. So it's just the game's unfairly treated. And it's not because of the gameplay. It's the different types of people that actually reviewed it. And it seemed like it was more of a political hit. The game had a white male with a white female getting married. That was our introduction into the game, as we all know about that wedding. Remember the wedding? And it just seems like some people just didn't like it for the fact that it was a American story.
God forbid. God forbid.
It's an American love story, and I'm an African American, but I've had white friends all my life. I've had black friends, Latino friends. I've had all types of color of friends. I don't see any racism, and I don't feel any of that in my heart. So I went into this game as a gamer.
Yeah.
So I didn't go like one lady. And most of these quotes are from ladies. She did not like the fact that he said "old lady," OL apostrophe. Lady. She did not like that he said that in the game. This is coming.
Wait. Who was complaining about that?
I think it was Lucy O'Donnell, or was it Lucy?
No, it was a chick from GameSpot.
That was the one from GameSpot.
It's like Kelly something. Yeah.
So.
Oh God.
I think one of the other ones have recently commented on the fact that we're gonna get our intros done, and then we'll talk about Days Gone and other stuff. I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna let Tim Dog get his intro out, and then everybody can go afterwards. Let's get started.
No problem.
Yeah. I think he got his on mute right quick.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Are we live right now?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
Oh, okay. You want me to introduce myself?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Tim Dog. I'm Beastfire Tim Dog of the Twitter community. Pretty Xbox centric Twitter. Been gaming all my life. 43 years old. Been gaming since the 80s, 1984. So I've been gaming from the start. Play on pretty much all systems. Have them all. Use them all. But pretty much I'm an Xbox guy. I've been with Xbox from the beginning. And that's it. I'm happy to be here. I was, I know you guys are a PlayStation centric podcast, which is cool. I know pretty much a bunch of you guys, but I'm just here to talk gaming and talk with you guys.
Okay.
There it is. Hey, what's up, y'all? This Big Money, man. Thank y'all for coming out. Let me send this special shout out to Tim Dog, because I want to say something right quick. It's this thing in the community where if you're a PlayStation guy and you're an Xbox guy, you don't supposed to talk, and I think that's crazy. I really appreciate that Tim Dog came and accepted the invite, because we're talking about all different things. I think we're all gamers first before we're anything. So anybody that's a fan of Tim Dog, he's not betraying Xbox. He's not doing none of that. He's here to talk about gaming, and I love that about him. I've been a fan of all these guys before I knew anybody. I've always been a fan, and and I'm still be a fan of all these guys on here. I knew Fatal when he was Bear Hugger. Like, I'm a sub, man. I'm a sub, and I love these guys to death. So please, man, he's here to talk about gaming. He's not betraying anything Xbox. He's here to represent Xbox, and I'm glad he accepted the invite. And man, I hope this is going to be a great show. Once again, thank you, Tim Dog, for checking it out.
Thank you, and just to say to follow up on that, to be honest, it's not that serious. I mean, I know guys that would say, Tim Dog, you don't talk to anybody. Like, I have guys that are just in real life that are PlayStation, big time fans, and I respect that. I mean, I get a I'm just happy anybody's happy gaming. Like I said, it's not that serious.
Amen to that.
On Twitter, I mean, sometimes I know we get a little crazy, but even there, it's not that serious. I mean, in the end, it comes down to people, and you guys are all people, and that's what comes first. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I'm just happy to be here, and get hear the other side of the view, other personal opinions on things. It's good to listen to what everyone has to say, and not sometimes just hear what an echo chamber of what you want to hear of stuff.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's good to hear everything and all sides.
Exactly. Thanks, man.
Who's next with the intros?
I'll go next if you want there, Jay.
No, go ahead.
What up, guys? Fatal Mephisto here. Glad to be here as always. Thanks for having me back on the show there, Jay. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to getting these topics. We got a lot of topics we got to talk about today, so I'm kind of excited, especially the Persona stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, scrambles.
Yepers.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
That's the one I'm excited for.
Scrambled eggs and bacon Persona. I like that.
Okay, Adam, you gotta get your intro out the way.
Who's next?
You.
Go ahead, Adam. I'll go last. Go ahedd.
Well, I'm right now playing Division, so I'll do it quick. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is just quickly, my name is Admiral. Welcome to all to the stream. Welcome, Tim Dog, to the stream. I'd like to have you on here today, and everyone else that's come back, like Fatal, Big Money. Looking forward to what we're going to be discussing today, man. So, yeah. Sorry.
Cool, man. It's your boy Boko Loca. Appreciate Tim Dog coming by here, man. Like he was mentioning earlier, it's just about games. It ain't that serious. I mean, I feel like we criticize PlayStation a lot on here, even though we're labeled eccentric.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's just a one-sided, part of the coin. So it's good to have another opinion. I definitely have some questions I like to ask him, especially like in regards to Dolby Atmos and stuff like that. That I feel like Microsoft is still ahead of the curve in regards to PlayStation. So, like I said, it's cool having them all, man. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just need Jay type. Who the hell he is?
Oh, who's last? That's it.
Oh, it's on
Yeah,
you
we're
now,
good.
Jay.
Oh, okay. Already know.
No, we're good.
JayTechTV, PlayStation Gamer. Let's get started. I want to get started with Persona so we can wrap.
Is Jay
that up.
actually here?
He's talking.
Is he talking?
Yeah, he's talking.
You can't hear him?
You can't hear me?
Well, give me a second. I'm gonna back out the thing, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Come back
So
in.
everybody else hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, see, I
Okay,
hear you.
let's get started. Persona 5S is a Dynasty Warriors game. That is our topic. Persona
Hell
5S
yeah.
had me tricked. I normally follow my gut, but I admit I have been wrong for a number of maybe close to 2 years now. The games that I said were exclusive or only coming to PS4 or never coming to another platform, they have now moved on to another platform. Oh my God, there's another fucking topic we got to talk about. Okay, look. Those games have now gone to other platforms. Yeah, primarily, these games have went to PC, but every now and then, like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, which I did not say was only going to be on PlayStation. I knew after the pattern of what happened with Crash, I knew Activision was going to try to get as much money, put that game on Xbox. I didn't know that they were going to make the PC community and the Nintendo Switch community wait until after Spyro the Dragon got the money that they got from Xbox and PlayStation. So long story short, games do go to other platforms, primarily the third-party games. Now, Xbox a little bit different. We're going to get a word in from Tim Dog and a little bit about what they're doing. But with Persona 5S, the Nintendo community tricked me into putting out on my videos and live streams that the game would eventually get a port for the Switch because they said the S stood for Switch. The S never stood for Switch. It stood for Scramble. And I believe them. Even someone as big on YouTube as myself, or a big PlayStation fan, I do believe what other people say sometimes. I fall for the hype. I brought Anthem day one. I fell for the hype. I'm not perfect. And I want everybody to understand that what we're about to talk about now is not bashing the Nintendo community, because I literally believe the Nintendo community and I supported you guys. I knew it was coming. I even made a YouTube video about games that were going to go to another platform, and Persona 5 was one of those games. So let me hear from what you guys think. Did you guys fall for the Nintendo fanboy hype that the game was going to get announced? The Persona 5, the main streamlined story, was going to get a Switch port. Did anybody believe that it was going to happen before the people that didn't?
Nope.
Okay.
I was, you know what, Fado? I was kind of half and half with it because, like, out nowadays anything's possible. Because, like, with that thing, I remember somebody was tweeting. Remember last year when Phil and all them came on stage together? All them came on stage. People thought that would never be possible, right? But it happened. So when that rumor came out about that game, I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, damn, maybe this can really happen. But the thing is, man, I was trying to figure out, does Sony own that IP?
No.
Because that's one thing about it. Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, man, when you see a game by another studio, that, because Sony doesn't own that studio. Sony doesn't own that studio. A lot of people be thinking that just because a game comes on the PS4 and it's been there since the PS2, PS3, and they never seen it on another system, they be thinking that Sony owned that IP. So I knew that they didn't own that IP, man. I knew they didn't own that IP, but I still thought that, I was like, man, is this going to harm anything by the PlayStation community, by that coming to another system? Like, this thing, if that came to, what would y'all think if it comes to Xbox? I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it coming there, but I think a lot of people will feel betrayed by Sony, and Sony don't even own that IP. So why would you feel betrayed if it went to another system?
Personally, I don't think I would ever. Okay, you suck at it. Yeah, I don't think I ever felt betrayed because I understood that they respect where they came from, and everybody needs to understand that. Nintendo, all to the Switch fans, no disrespect to you guys, because again, I want to pay more respect to you guys because you're not as toxic as I thought you were. Compared to the PC fans, and that's another beast for later on in the podcast. But I gotta respect Nintendo. That's where I started gaming from, and I play Nintendo games on my PlayStation all the time. But I gotta respect you guys, and you guys have to respect the fact that this game started on PlayStation. It's not right. It's just like Halo. The Xbox fans supported Halo for a number of years. I hated the fact that Halo was going to Steam. It could be on the Windows Store all at once, but why go to Steam? Why go somewhere where they were not supporting it for this amount of years while it was exclusive to the Xbox system? The Xbox-centric console gamers have been supporting Halo for many, many years on consoles only. They deserve to keep that game exclusive. It is by their studio. Now, Persona, this is the difference. This is by a third party, and let's go through a simple history lesson. Persona is a third-party game by Atlas. Atlas has a comfortable relationship with PlayStation for many years, making so many different Japanese RPGs. Persona has been only on PlayStation systems since the PS1. Persona 1 and 2 was on PS1, 2 and 3 was on PS2, 4 was on PS 3 and 4, and now you and then no. Persona 4 was on
The
what?
Vita.
Vita,
Yep.
Vita, and PS2, and then Persona 5 was on PS3 and PS4. So every generation of a PlayStation console, and including the PSP, had access to Persona 1, 2, 3, but not 4. Vita got 4, and PS2 got 4. PS3 got 5, and PS4 also got 5. So only the streamlined main story, just like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, were only on PlayStation. And I think people should have understood that, but they didn't care. They didn't care about playing 1, 2, and 3, and 4. They said, we don't care about that. 5 is the most attractive. We want it on our system. How selfish is that?
Hey,
Like,
Jay, to even go back to what you were saying there about Halo, when Halo 1 and 2 came to PC a long, long time ago, none of the PC people really cared for that stuff because it was in that time period when most PC gamers said that they didn't want consoleized experience on PC.
well, not only that, you had Doom, you had Quake, you had Unreal Tournament. They had other shooting games, and we know it. Half-Life, they made it a point to continuously let console gamers know, even back then, that they had the superior system for shooting games. Where did Fortnite get a start at? On PC. That game was supposed to be a PC exclusive until the colorful nature of the game caught the eye of console gamers, and the developer made that conscious decision that it would be better suited as a multi-platform title. But that game got tested out in early access on PC first. Even they thought it was. Same thing with Overwatch, shooting game. So I don't want to hear that, oh, Halo was also on PC back in the day. Well, it makes sense to bring all of them. No, it doesn't. You guys rejected the game because you had other shooting games. And everybody knows it because you were able to comfortably live in a gaming society for 3 generations without Halo.
Now PC gamers want that consoleized experience because that's all they buy on PC now.
Well, they only want it on Steam. Let's be honest. They've they disrespect the Windows Store every fucking day. They and until they got their wish, and their wish was, if we boycott the Windows Store by not buying any of that Microsoft games, Microsoft would be forced to put it on Steam. And what happened? Rise went on Steam. Sunset Overdrive went on Steam. Quantum Break went on Steam. Cuphead went on Steam. What is it? Dead Rising 3 and 4 went on Steam. Halo is now on Steam. Sad to say, Microsoft should really get rid of the Windows Store because they've given into the PC community. They should have kept their stuff on Steam. Look at what Epic Game is doing. Epic Game Store is doing. They're not wavering on their exclusivity contracts. No, that shit's only on fucking Epic. You're not gonna be able to get it on Steam later on. Some of them have 1-year exclusivity deals, but for the primary, the main games, they have those permanent lifetime exclusives to that store. But long story short, the PC community didn't support that game. They don't deserve Halo, and that's how I feel about Persona. However, we already know that there have been tons of spinoffs of Persona that went to Nintendo systems, and I don't think you saw me make any type of outrage on it because I don't care.
Nope.
It's a spinoff.
Persona Q and whatnot.
It's a spinoff. So with this being said, I love Dynasty Warriors, and I like that some games get that Dynasty Warriors makeover. Like Zelda. I didn't play Zelda on the Switch, but I was jealous because I was a Zelda fan and I'm a Dynasty Warriors fan, and I was like, that's some nice ass action right there. So no doubt about it, Persona 5 with the Dynasty Warriors type of combat. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. I cannot fucking wait.
I can't wait. Yeah.
That's a definite day one.
Hey, I want to ask Tim Dog something right quick. Tim Dog, do you like with all the games that you see that Microsoft has and it goes to PC, do you think in the Xbox community that's becoming a more and more problem within the community, or do y'all accept it for what it is?
Well, I think in the beginning when, this harkens back to 2015 where I actually was at E3 and they had a discussion and their minds were made up that they were going to have their PC their games go to PC and cross-buy and stuff like that. And at the time, I told them that I don't think it's a real good idea because the hardcore kind of is going to have a problem with it, which I think kind of held true. But that's 2015 we're talking. Now we're 4 years past that. I think just the whole dynamic of really the Xbox community has changed in a way. That they've become more acceptable of of play anywhere, as as long as they get the PC port. I think they've grown to be okay with it, but some people don't like it. Like some people completely draw a line in the sand. Crap Gamer is one of the guys. He hated the idea, and for me, I think Microsoft should be a little bit open-minded in regards to exclusivity like that, because
Yeah.
it could be a selling point. It's a selling point for PlayStation, and listening to this podcast right now, you're talking about games that you don't want on other platforms. See, that's the reality. People want to have exclusivity, but I think with the Microsoft or with Xbox Gamer, that's kind of thrown out the window now. You're going to get your game probably first, but where that game's going to go, it's going to probably be, on PC, or and possibly, if it's a smaller game, on Nintendo Switch. If exclusivity is your thing, and you really you high that in high regard, I think Xbox is not a platform that you really can look at right now and say it's viable for that. There's other positives of Xbox, but that is definitely something that Sony and Nintendo hold a carrot over their head, and it's up to Microsoft to really decide if they're gonna use exclusivity as a selling point, because they don't do it. They do cross buy. They say they want a gamer, want everyone to be a gamer. But I'm kind of with you guys. I'm kind of old school, where I think that they should be, more closed market, and kind of make things exclusive for Xbox. But on the other hand, I'm kind of open to the idea that it doesn't matter as much as I thought it would when we first faced the idea. At the end of the day, if I'm gaming, and I get my fulfillment out of my system wherever it is, I don't really care where it goes after that. I'm one of these.
So can you? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just one of these gamers that when I'm finished with a game, I really don't care anything where it goes. I don't hold an attachment to it.
That right there, I don't mind.
Smart.
That right there, I don't mind. Like when
Okay, but let me ask. Yeah, but you can, Tim. Can you see something like Gears and Halo coming over to Nintendo and Sony platform? Can you see that?
Sony won't allow it. Sony won't allow it. Sony will never allow anything like. The only way I can see that happening is if it's it's via xCloud. And xCloud is a service where obviously you guys know you can play your games anywhere, where it's a device, or it could be a Switch. I heard that they were in talks with Nintendo, and Nintendo backed out, because if you're another platform like Nintendo or Sony, would you really want another gaming, a gaming competitor on your system? And would you want that? Would you want that kind of that kind of?
I apologize. I don't normally do this. We have breaking news. New York Giants draft pick he was injured in a shooting, and another player was killed. So that's
holy fuck.
Yeah. So we got that. That's on the breaking news that I follow on Twitter. We're gonna get the names real quick. Early Sunday morning, 2 Washburn University students were the victim of a off-campus shooting. Dwayne Simmons, a junior and a member of the football team, was killed in the accident. In addition, the Giants 6th-round draft pick Corey Bolotin, he was 23 years old, a senior, was also injured. Bolotin is expected to make a full recovery. However, and yeah, that's pretty fucked up, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be honest, and this is off script. I understand that most of the football and basketball players in this country, you come from rough backgrounds. Whether you're African American, you come from the streets, or let's say you're Caucasian or white, and you come from like the country or whatever. If you're in a rough area, whichever your background, and you're getting drafted and you're about to make money, you need to distance yourself from those people. No matter how close you were, no matter how many years you knew those people, distance yourself. I've heard rumors that some sports players that are contracted, they can't do skydiving, they can't get on motorcycles, they can't do that because they might be injured. It's the same thing with the people you hang around with. Just just leave them. You about to make big money. Take the people that are serious about your success. Mom and dad, uncles, maybe some of your cousins, but everybody else that wants to be trouble and have drama and confrontation in your life, your friends, your boys, you need to get away from them. It's not worth your future. It's not worth your life. Right there, that is just fucked up. You're making all this money, you're hanging around with the wrong people. You could have been killed. You know, that's money down everybody's drain.
Yeah, shout out to those families too, man. I'm sorry for your loss, and I hope the other guy be okay. You said the other guy was injured, right?
The draft pick was injured, but they're saying he's gonna make a full recovery. But full recovery doesn't mean much. We don't know if it could be any type of damage down the line. You about to go through a lot of training to be a official National Football Association's player.
I love how this happens to my team. I mean, the Giants stink enough. Like, can't get a break, dude.
They have some Giant fan bad. Too. They have some pretty bad luck right now, but I'm sorry guys, but it just irks my nerves, man. You about to make all this money and you still want to be around with the people that deal with that type of business, man.
Jay, a lot of those people are those guys are really young when they come out, bro.
I know.
They don't really know any better.
No, they gotta really know now.
Somebody to guide them. Yeah,
they're gonna know now, and this type of stuff needs to be a national story. I want to see this on the local news and the public news. This needs to be out there. It's not worth it. You're about to make big money. You can change your life, man.
Do you have any details, or was it because he was drafted last night? I hope it wasn't somebody who wasn't like jealous or something like that.
That's the thing. We still don't know, but you still got to distance yourself from those people.
This happened on campus, didn't it?
They said off campus.
Off campus, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I see what Tim Dog talking about. Let's get all the facts first before.
No, they didn't talk a lot about the incident, and then the next paragraph they just talked about what happened, and just the condolences and a message from the sponsors. I don't want to hear that. We might learn a little bit more down the line, but this this is the stuff that normally happens. They give out a statement and then they go into the bullshit section.
Yeah, shout out to those families, man. Sorry for y'all loss, and I hope that dude make a quick recovery, man.
Yeah, man.
Hope your career get back on.
Yeah, my condolences as well.
Yeah. Really sad, man. I mean, that could shock him for the rest of his life, seeing your boy get killed, right in front of you, man.
Yeah,
so
horrible.
It's not good. Let's go back to the topic. Sorry, I know we was on exclusives. Are we still on that?
I thought we were gonna do a sports segment. That's pretty cool.
I just want to throw this in there, kind of like to piggyback off of what Tim Dog was saying. Me personally, I've always been an advocate that Microsoft should have been releasing their exclusive games on PC from the get-go, because it just makes too much freaking sense. And I know a lot of people don't like it. I know a lot of people say that it devalues the Xbox brand and whatever the case may be. But a lot of people don't take into consideration, though, that people have preference. There's a lot of people out there that will never, ever touch a PC, regardless of how many games that Microsoft releases on Xbox or PC. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that will never play PC. They prefer the console. They prefer the comfortability of a console, even though you can do a lot of the similar things with PC, too, as well, by hooking up to your TV, yada, yada, yada. But there's a lot of people out there that, and I think that's another thing that a lot of people tend to completely ignore when they talk about Microsoft bringing their games over to PC. Me personally, I'm all for it. It just makes too much damn sense. And they've tried the last two generations before, and they failed horribly at doing it, and now they managed to find their way around it. So, I don't know. I think it's definitely a good move for Microsoft to do that, because it just makes too much sense.
Fatal, now the PC part, I'm not too sure about. But the only problem I have with that is like, if you put out a console, if I'm not mistaken, Tim, they got 2 new generation consoles coming out, right? They got 2 new generation.
Yeah, Lockhart and I think what is it, Maverick or Lockhart and Anaconda?
Anaconda.
I have no
the
problem.
rumor is 2.
It's 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have no problem with Microsoft putting their games on other systems. The only thing I have, why would you spend money? Because I've talked about this on the roundtable before, man. Why would you spend billions of dollars building these systems to put your games on other systems? It sends a mixed message. Like if I have a PC, right? If I have a PC, right, and I can get all your games, why would I buy your system? Why would I buy your system?
One thing I want to chime in. This is the most healthiest time to be in the gaming industry, and it's not because PlayStation keeps selling the highest amounts of their series of games. We just got news just now. Just now? This is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the highest selling Zelda game ever. We've been seeing that for a long time, with Spider-Man being the best Spider-Man sold game ever, God of War being the best God of War game sold ever. PS4 is not at 100 million. It's at 96.8 million. We should be at 100 million probably after the summer or during the summer. Nintendo Switch doing this is pretty good for them because they're selling very fast. They're sitting at 34 million. Xbox is supposed to be sitting at 40 million. No matter how much of a rough patch Xbox One had, look, PS3 had a real rough patch. What happened? They turned it around and they came back. And they, at the end, beat Xbox 360. Not in sales, but also in popularity, engagement, and all of that other stuff. The fact of the matter is you got to keep pushing. It doesn't matter how hard it looks. They should have never gave up. It looks like you gave up on your true hardcore fans by saying, we know you guys are not buying this game. Maybe we can help you like this game more. Maybe we can help you support this platform more by giving you updates. Let's say a video editor, doing a contract with YouTube to allow you to live stream from Xbox to YouTube to get more people to see the games that you guys playing. Or really nice. I don't know, really invest in the first party studios more than 4 years. It took you 4 years or more to really start thinking about investing in your first party studio. That should have been a day one for Xbox.
You know. Oh, go ahead, Tim.
No, you go ahead.
So I think Xbox could have did better. I'm not talking bad about Xbox. Competition is great. And I feel no type of competition from Xbox this generation. Again, this is not for the fans. This is for Microsoft. They should have not given up. Instead of doing better and making it a better experience all around for all different types of gamers, not for people that just like Netflix, not for people that just like Call of Duty, all different types of gamers, people that wanted new experiences like Quantum Break, people that wanted new experiences like Sunset Overdrive. You should have kept it up. You should have never gave up. When you said, we're going to put these games on PC via Windows Store, then you saw that the PC fanboys boycotted your platform of choice, decreasing the sales that you expected to get from that platform in order to put your games on a store that they really wanted to buy from, and you fell for the trap. And then you did it again with Halo, of all games. You fell for the trap. You gave in. You gave up.
Well, Halo's going to sell a ton. Halo's going to sell.
Yeah, Halo's definitely going to sell for sure.
I know.
And I believe Halo Infinite is going to be a Steam day one.
Yeah, no. Right now, the floodgates are open. Tim Dog, nothing's going to go backwards. So I agree with you. But the fact of the matter is, Halo was an Xbox game. It was selling Xbox systems, and it would have continued to do so. And Forza would have continued to do so. Gears could have continued to do so. But ever since they said, we're going to put this on PC, there is a decline of people that want to go out and buy a Xbox console system. This is another topic that we're going into, and that is, what is the future of Xbox with a next generation Xbox system? As the public now knows that games could appear on or will appear on PC for the foreseeable future,
Yep.
Will they go out and buy a new hardware by Microsoft with the Xbox logo on it, knowing that there's definitely a possibility the games will still come into PC? And I just think it devalues the overall console, whether it's the future of their console business or the current generation of their console business. It's like, why do you need an Xbox if people are going to put your games on another platform?
Here's the thing, though, Jay. Mike,
go ahead.
Phil Spencer has said on numerous interviews that he doesn't care where you go and play these games. He just wants you to play the games. Now, to me, you would think, like, why invest money in R&D to make like an entirely new generation of for a console, right? He's doing this, man, specifically just there for option means purposes, and that's all he's doing. Just like what the SAT edition is. The SAT edition is not for people like you and me. Well, it would be for me if I didn't have an Xbox already, but the point is that it's not there for people that want, like, you know what I mean? Like, or don't care about digital. It's only there for people that only care about digital and digital only. Lazy design, yes, but I digress. The point is that they don't care what console you play their games on. They want you playing their software. They don't give a crap about your hardware itself. And Phil's even mentioned that in that interview that came out when the Xbox One X dropped. Because we don't care about the platform. We care about freaking people just buying our software.
Okay,
that's what he wants.
Now, see, that's the problem I have right there. Okay, if you want to do that, why spend billions of dollars on two consoles?
Because they want to have that option on the table.
Listen,
that's what I was just saying there, Big Money. He just wants to have the option for people out there that they do want to play their games, like their next generation games, on an Xbox. That's where they prefer to be. They like that ecosystem. They have all their friends on there, whatever the case may be. Because we've heard that from a lot of people this generation, and it's somewhat true.
It's true.
It's very, very true. And so all Microsoft is doing is they're just giving people options. That's all they're doing. And they've been talking about that now.
And that's what they said
a lot now the last couple of years. That word option has been going around for a long time now, for the last couple of years. They've been echoing that now. So obviously, that to me indicates that that's exactly what Microsoft wants to do.
Yeah. What was you say, Tim Dahl? I'm sorry. Tim Dahl.
Hello?
No, it'd be big. I was just talking on the mute, but the answer is simple here. The fact is that when people say it doesn't devalue, yeah, I think from a talking point it does, but in reality, the fact is that these new next generation systems, whether it's going to be PS5 or it's going to be Xbox, is going to load you from an off condition, a completely cold booted condition, to turn on your TV, to turn on your system, and you're going to be within your games within 3 seconds. Okay, you're going to be within, you're going to be able to play 4K 60 or whatever powerful. You're going to have a ton of power. You're going to be in your games, and you're going to be ready to play right in your wheelhouse. It's going to be ready to go. The fact is that the console experience is vastly different than the PC experience, and that mitigates the people that play it. So the people that are playing console, which is a completely a different group for the most part than play on PC, are the people that are basically focused to buy those consoles. Those people aren't going away. Those people still are. They're still a viable customer. There's still millions and millions of those type of customers. The moms and dads are not going to buy their kid a PC to play Xbox. In my opinion, they're going to go to Walmart and they're going to buy whatever consoles being sold. So for me, I think that it's more of they're catering to themselves, Xbox or Microsoft, because obviously they have they have a presence on PC. It's a Windows PC. It's the operating system. They want their games there. They think that they can make more money, but overlooking everything, I think if you really take a look at it, console gamers are different than PC gamers, and console gamers are also, their wants are different than PC gamers, and they are much casual by nature, and just consoles in general, just they cater to the casualness, and that's not going to go away. So I don't think that anybody's going to say, hey, I'm not going to buy this $250 or $500 console. I'm just going to go build a PC. I don't think that person is really, I don't think many people are going to do that. Most people are just going to go to Walmart and their kid, they're going to buy their kids probably the cheaper Lockhart, or if they want the 4K, they're going to buy themselves the Xbox, or they're going to buy themselves a PlayStation if they're a PlayStation person.
Yeah.
Another thing is too as well, JayTech, you were talking about earlier about the whole entire aspect about studios, right? That Microsoft recently picked up and acquired. It's funny because a lot of people tend to forget, man, that the last acquisition that Microsoft ever bought, man, was Rare. And that was back in right before the OG Xbox friggin' launched, and they haven't bought any other studios up until this point. Yeah, so it makes you wonder. It's like, man, they survived.
Yeah,
they definitely did. And plus, keep in mind too as well, this is an entirely new like vision now of where they want the Xbox brand to go. You know what I mean? Because Don Matrix is now gone, so his vision is now over and done with, and Phil's has a completely different vision. Now, I know a lot of people may not like it, and I get it. It makes a lot of sense why a lot of people would definitely turn their head away from a system like the Xbox One, or especially this generation, because lack of exclusives and whatever you want to call it. Even though there are some on there, you just got to look for them. That's all. And believe me, they do exist from a console narrative standpoint. But with that said, though, I know that with them acquiring a lot of these acquisitions, man, like I'm glad that Microsoft is finally putting more effort into it. It's just we have to all wait and see what they're planning on doing with these acquisitions and what these acquisitions are going to be bringing out. And that's the big thing. And I know a lot of people are holding a lot of these developers to a higher standard, especially after a lot of the stuff that Sony's been releasing. And I'm not looking at it from that perspective. I just want to see what they can do, and I just want to see if Microsoft is actually going to allow them the freedom to make whatever the hell they want to fucking make. And I think Microsoft is actually going to do that.
And with E3 coming up, man, they're the only big ticket in town at that time.
Yes, sir.
Sony's not going. Nintendo is going to be there, but they're not going to be there like they used to be in the past. This is the point.
Just their greenhouse event stuff, or whatever they call it.
They have to seize the opportunity 100%.
They really have to seize the opportunity right now. I think that when they do E3, man, they need at least 2 to 3 exclusives where they let their fans know, hey man, we're trying to do something different, but we still remember. If it wasn't for the exclusive crowd, we would not be where we're at today.
Exactly.
So we want to let y'all know that we are still here. We do want to go this other direction, but we still are. They need at least 2 or 3, and they don't even have to be AAA. They don't have to be AAA. But you have to let your hardcore gamers know, hey man, we are still here for this system. We are still here for it. I
agree. We'll see if they do that. A lot of times, a criticism of mine of Microsoft is they're horrendous in communication. They're horrendous in being self-aware. Sometimes they're not. They're kind of tone deaf in some areas. What you're saying is completely true. Whether or not they can do that is another thing. They probably could, but I don't. Sometimes. They as we've seen, they shoot themselves in the foot, and they make themselves a target. And to what JayTech said, I agree. They kind of did give up on this generation, and it's kind of obvious that they did. But the one thing out of all of this is that thank God they got the studios, because if they didn't get these studios and they didn't show that initiative, you think it's bad now. I mean, I'm thinking that it would be a ghost town, because personally, I remember in 2017 telling Phil, in a DM, this is not, this can't go on. This is not. This is not good, I remember saying specifically to him, I says, don't you want your own Horizon? Like wouldn't you want that in your stable? And we had a really candid conversation, and I think a lot of things changed when he became announced on that Microsoft, as the executive board. Before that, there was a lot of politics, and that was really a dark time. And they talk about dark times in Microsoft, within Microsoft, at 2013. But in my opinion, the dark time for Microsoft is when you're in 2016 and you have zero game creation development, and any kind of that talk is put down. Rather, they're asking what can you get rid of. And unfortunately, they got rid of Scalebound and they got rid of Fable Legends. But that was a real dark
Project
time.
Spark also, which is
Project
something
Spark.
that I say you guys should be grateful for, and I'm grateful for that game. Again, always being PlayStation. I was with the 360 at the beginning of last gen, but I was a big fan of Fable. When I got my 360 from my older brother and he got his PS3, that's all I played. I played Fable 1 and Crackdown the demo. That's all I would play. I loved fucking Crackdown the demo, and this was for part 1, the one that was given away with Halo 3. It was fucking awesome. Fable was fucking awesome. Those are their roots, and I think they could have did better with Fable. I think we all can agree, but Fable Legends, I saw so much good gameplay towards the end of that beta for it. It looked awesome. I had a PC that could have been running it, and I was thinking about downloading it. Before you know it, they ended up closing it down, and they closed down the studio too. And Sony has done a stupid thing also. They closed down Evolution Studios, the makers of Drive Club, that actually made MotorStorm, that could have made an open world Forza Horizon competitor to MotorStorm, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because they shut down the studio.
Yeah, 100%.
Every company has done something stupid, but as far as Fable, never should have happened. That was don't
worry, just wait for the reboot. Just wait for the reboot. They're going to show that off there this year.
That's cool, but I never want to see that type of stuff happen. If you
have
a studio that makes one game, that studio should always have that respect to make that game. You don't want to see someone else put their hands on Uncharted. You don't want to see somebody else put their hands on God of War. It doesn't matter if it's in-house or not. I didn't want to see 343 touch Halo. Bungie was Halo. You thought of Bungie, you thought of Halo. You still think of Bungie, you still think of Halo. Now Destiny. So, no, unless you can get some of the people.
And we all know how Destiny turned it out.
Exactly.
Oh, they've hired a lot of.
No. I'm not talking about new people. I'm talking about get some of the few classic
Lionhead.
Get some of them back. That's all I care about. But Fable Legends was so good.
Lionhead was going under though. Lionhead was going under since freaking right near the end of last generation. So
why?
Well, the Media Molecule guys were former Lionhead.
Because nobody was buying their shit. Nobody was buying their stuff. I think Fable 3.
Look, I understand I understand that they had RPGs, and the Xbox community did not really favor a lot of RPGs, even last gen, this gen, or the gen before. Doesn't matter. Microsoft is made out of money. They could have kept them alive. They could have kept them there until they had something ready for them. They did. They had the Kinect Fable game, and then they brought out they had Fable Legends, the beta, with microtransactions, and it was be able to transfer your save from the beta to the full game. I don't understand why you canned a game that people could already play. Same thing with Project Sparks. People could play it. The only justification I give them is for Scalebound, because no one could play that game when they canceled it. But the other two, I don't see why they did it.
Hey Jay, you know what? I'm kind of thinking, and I could be totally wrong on this, but I was kind of thinking the way they looked at it at the time was, once Don left, right? Once that disaster happened, when they first showed off the Xbox, it was so much backlash. I think the company, like I said, I don't know if this actually happened, but I'm thinking that they said, okay, they kind of like with a baseball team. A baseball team, they build up to where they want to be. Once it's not working, they scrap everything. And I think that's what Microsoft did. I think they scrapped everything and they said, look, we're just going to start over. And then Phil said, if I start over, I want to start over with what I want. I want to get rid of all the old stuff, and I want to start off new. This thing was scale bound. This thing was scale bound was a I don't want to say it's a good thing the way Phil and that's another thing. When Phil said that was a good thing, they let Scalebound go. I really think he shouldn't have said that. But like I said, it was a minute ago. I think a lot of people don't remember this, but it was a time the guy that made Scalebound, he put out a tweet, but he erased it at the end of that day. But that tweet said, hey, are these motherfuckers at Microsoft fucking with me? This was right before they went to what's that one called after E3? What's that gaming show after E3?
No, I know what you're talking about. Gamescom.
Yeah, Gamescom.
Yeah, the
Remember when
guy,
he
the
was at
guy, the guy.
Gamescom?
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to be a prop. He said that he's
Yeah,
not a prop.
yeah. He put out and somebody took a picture of that, but I think somebody at Microsoft got to him and was like, "Hey man, you need to take that tweet down." But that tweet, I even seen that tweet.
What was it?
Something
What did they say?
internal was going on
He said, "I
with
don't
that
want to be.
game.
I don't want to be an effing prop. We're not an effing
Exactly.
prop." The guy, Kamiya, the guy who's
Yeah, comment.
yeah,
Dude with the
made
glasses on his head, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he made that comment and then he deleted it.
Oh,
So I don't know what had happened between. It's always seemed like it's something. The same thing happened with Epic, and I'm thinking the same thing happened with Bungie. It's something that happens internally with the studios and Microsoft manage where they clash heads real hard because every time they separate themselves, you always hear something bad. You always hear something bad. It's not just like, oh, we parted ways, the contract ended. I heard motherfuckers, the dude at Bungie, he was throwing chairs at
Goddamn.
people at Xbox.
I heard Bomber was throwing the chair. I heard Bomber through the chair.
Yeah, and the shit was crazy. I'm like, what is going to? Maybe Tim Dog can give more insight in that more than I can. But it's something about these studios in Microsoft managed where they clash heads so hard, where all these studios be like, I don't want to even fuck with them no more. And I really don't.
Yeah, I think you
Go
make a
ahead.
good point, but you talk about Fable. Like you look at Fable and you look. It was a freaking microtransaction, free to play original game. That should have really just been an RPG to begin with. That should have had none of that. And you talk about at that time, Microsoft, not giving the developers the creative freedom that they always needed, either tell them make a Connect game or do this, and that was part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like I said, the dark times for Microsoft was a time, and I'm not going to say who said it to me, but there was a time when somebody told me, why should we create games? There was a time where they were just like, you were just going to get Halo, Gears, and Forza, and that's it. And
Wow.
your Halo and Gears could have been multiplayer only. Like that was the type of stuff that was talking about. Those are the dark times behind the scenes, and it was because of all this stuff, the studio mismanagement, the not giving the studios creative freedom. Is all that stuff true? That's all stuff true. Was Microsoft way behind? Did they do a disservice to their fans doing this? 100%. And this is post 2013, with all the stupid stuff that went on. Unfortunately, the Sony's position of having all these studios and always making games, caught up to Microsoft because they always had that plan and they always were creating games where Microsoft would just gun for the start of the gen and then hopefully it lasts, even last gen in the 360 they gave, it was all Kinect games from 2010 on. It wasn't really anything big. You had Gears and you had Halo, but
You see-
all this
Go
stuff,
ahead, Tim.
just to end the point, all this stuff kind of came to a head, and Sony, starred in what they really put an exclamation point on Microsoft because they had all these great games, their studios hit, and then Microsoft studios all went to shit. And kind of right now, Microsoft's in a rebuild mode. This gen they did give up on. Obviously, I think
Yeah.
that's fair to say, and
Yeah.
their effort's going to be for next gen and see if the studios can do what we hope that they can do: get creative freedom and make their own
Yep.
games.
Tim, though, I got a question.
I'm so excited for next gen, man.
Yeah.
For Microsoft.
Definitely. Let me ask you about the initiative, because you talked about earlier about miscommunication and them not just having the finger on the pulse. Is the initiative still this big time studio? Because lately they've been talking about they've been scaled back. We need more freedom, smallness. What's going on with that studio right now?
What I'm hearing with Initiative is that the games that we're getting from these studios, Initiative is going to be the last. What they want to do is, from what I heard, is Microsoft the last 2 years have hired a ton of people to whether it's on the footprint, but they haven't been adding to the Initiative. What they want to do with the Initiative is acquire the top. The most talent that they can acquire in the most critical spots, and then they're going to expand out. I don't think that they even have a game that's drafted up yet.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, they do. No, they do. They do.
okay, so if they do have a game that's drafted up, obviously we're not anything close to production state or anything.
No.
They do want to make it a huge studio, but they're going to take time with this one. So if you're thinking this game's going to come out in 2021, I think 2024, like really far way away.
Ooh.
I think like you're going to see this game from them. It's going to be a AAA, definitely. It's going to be a big budgeted game. It's not going to be a small game, but it's just they're in their phase where they're just like they're trying to acquire the best talent, handpick the best talent, and then expand from there once they get their talent. I mean, obviously you can see that trend with all the talent that they've acquired. They're not just acquiring that for a smaller game. I had asked that internally, and they said no. They're just building it out. It's just going to take a lot of time with that studio.
Oh man.
Gotcha.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you're planning on doing. I'm looking forward to seeing what the initiative brings.
I just wish they would have did it earlier, man. But I do understand it do take time. Like I said, man, that's exactly. I'm a big fan of the Chicago White Sox, man, and they had a real good team, and then they just tore everything down. That's what they do, and I think that's what Microsoft did. Microsoft tore everything down and said, "Look, we're going to start all the way over. We're going to get new people, new studios." And we're gonna try this game because we want to get I think they want to get this thing.
New studio head.
Yeah, they want to start off new with everything. They don't want none of the old people there. That's what it seems like to me. They just don't want none of the old people there that were there at Microsoft, because that was, I think we can all agree, when it first came out, that was a disaster, man. It was like they was making up for disaster after disaster after disaster, and we really needed Microsoft there to give Sony the competition that it needs. And I really feel sorry for them that it happened to them, even though I'm a Sony guy through and through, man. But I really wish that they would have got it together a little bit sooner. But I do understand, like, business, you just can't have shit done overnight like that. You can't do that. That's just impossible.
It just doesn't happen.
You got to work out contract deals and stuff with the acquisitions that they got, and that stuff even alone takes a little bit of time to go through and whatnot.
Right, and games that they're working on already, like Outer Worlds.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that's not going to become exclusive.
That looks good.
But
I mean, for me though, big money man, like certain developers that they did pick up recently, like Obsidian and Exile, I'm not worried about what those companies are going to be making, because I already know the styles of games that they already make, and I love Obsidian to death. I've been playing their games for years upon years, and Exile has been making a lot of good old school Western style RPGs like Wasteland and stuff like that. And again, like I tell people before, if it wasn't for Wasteland, Fallout would never existed back then. So for me to see a company like Microsoft pick up a company like in Exile, they're not like your big AAA budget kind of company, but they still make quality Western RPGs, and I'm glad to see that freaking that Microsoft picked them up. So I'm not worried about those two companies. Ninja Theory, The Initiative, Compulsion Games is another company I'm definitely going to keep an eye on after now that I've officially played We Happy Few, and I know that game had a terrible launch. when it came out, and that game was broken as shit. But now that the game has definitely been more polished now, whatever the case may be, I can easily say that's one of the more original games that I've seen come out in a long fucking time.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited to see what they're doing. Ninja Theory, after Hellblade, and that game, I think blew a lot of people's minds away with how good that game was for like an actual budget type kind of game. I really want to see what they're doing. So I'm looking forward to seeing I'm glad to see that these companies at Microsoft pick up. Now, I know people like Undead Labs. I know a lot of people may not like what Undead Labs does, but it's a fucking indie studio. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, their second offering for State of Decay 2 definitely had a atrocious multiplayer, but that single player was freaking lit, man. I enjoyed every minute of playing that game by myself. But the multiplayer, no excuse for that.
They screwed up for announcing that they were a AAA. It was a AAA title because it wasn't close.
Yeah, that was stupid of them doing that. Yeah, they should have never done that.
You should have never done that.
Now, do you think that came from Microsoft management, or do you think that came from that studio? Because that
It
sounds
came
like
from the
something.
studio. It came from the studio itself
Wow.
on a tweet.
I got excited.
But I mean, overall, I think that Microsoft with the studio investment, I think they're going to acquire maybe 2 or 3 more, and then they're going to be done. I think one of these studios that's been highly rumored is IO Interactive, the creators of Hitman. I think that's going to be announced at E3. Yeah, but they have to. They have a lot of rebuilding. Like, they're so far behind. They're definitely in last place. Even Switch is beasting right now. PlayStation 4 is probably going to hit 150 million at the end of the life cycle, which I remember when I was on BGST and I said to Mooch in like 2014, I said they're going to beat PS2, and he laughed at me. He said, "No way." I think you look at the way they're going, and even the pricing of it. Like, the Pro is still $399. That those prices are going to go down. A $199 PS4, as you know, it just still sells like hotcakes. So I do see them hitting 150 million. And this gen, everything that could have went right for the most part went right for Sony, and everything that could have went wrong. I don't even think that Microsoft really had a defining moment this gen, other than backwards compatibility announcement. That really, was a good thing for Xbox. Everything this gen, from all their games, there's always been a problem. There was always something that was, not copacetic, and it's been a tough gen, especially on the fans. I mean, I could tell you in 2014, I know, all you guys from Twitter, and you guys are pretty PlayStation guys, but there's been so many Xbox guys that switched over to PlayStation.
A lot of them did. Yeah, a lot of them did. Yeah,
it's crazy to see, but you can't blame Sony for that, because you could say that Sony put out something that was great and Microsoft not so much, and they just they do things like with the Xbox, the Xbox all additional, the sad edition, or whatever you call, and that just they don't really, I don't think, realize what they do sometimes, and how it adversely affects them.
Yeah, man. That's insane, man. Tim Dog, what do you predict for the prices for the next 2 consoles? What type of price range do you think we're looking at?
Well, I think Sony's PS5 is going to be a monster. I know I see some people with the $399 thing. I can't see it being $399. I don't think any of these consoles are going to take a loss at launch. Maybe break even. But I see PS4
For PS5,
cheaper than PS5 PS5 cheaper than the Anaconda, and I see the Lockhart around 300. The Lockhart's going to be basically going to replace the X. I hear it's similar in pricing. It's just it's going to have better frames, and it's pretty much, if you want a 1080p 60 frames per second option, that's what the Lockhart is gunning for. The 4K, 60 bells and whistles, which PS5 is going to have as well. You're gonna get the Anaconda. I don't know the difference. I do know that Microsoft internally and all the rumors of what you hear, they have said that they're looking to be the performance leader. The only way I could see that is by them being more expensive. If you're going to be that confident, you just know that you're going to put out a system that's $549 because Sony is not going to put out a system that's higher than $499. I think so.
Yeah.
If you, I want to say $549 for Anaconda, $499 PS5. 300 for Lockhart. That's just a rough estimate. If they can get these consoles and we're lucky, and say that the Anaconda is $499, and then PlayStation 5 gets that $399, that's going to be huge because these consoles are going to be great too. Both PS5 and Xbox Anaconda. We talked about PC gaming, and why don't you just buy PC? You're gonna be able to get 4K 60 gaming, unified storefront, unified community, and you're gonna be able to boot to your games within 3 seconds. With what's going on in PC, let's be honest, it's not really great. Who wants to have your games scattered all over the place, all over your desktop? You can make excuses and say, doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, if I could just boot into something like on PS5 and I could hear, that sound, and then you're right there with your games, and within seconds, your DM or JTech is hitting you up with a message, and we're in a chat within 8 seconds. 8 seconds on your PC, you're just typing in your passcode. You know what I mean?
You can do that on PC though. You can do that on PC. You can make folders. You can make folders on your desktop and put all your game icons in there.
Right, but who's gonna do that? Like let's be honest. Like most casuals.
Who's gonna do the same on PS4 though? In the PS4 you can make folders,
PS4
right?
you're gonna be booted right into your system. You're gonna have your games right there. You're gonna have a games tab.
Yeah,
you're not gonna have you with a PC. My point is, and there's no denying it. With PC, it's just more of a in-depth experience, and it doesn't make it wrong. It's just, it's not as unified as a console. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can you make it where, you don't have to sign in and auto loads up and Steam loads up this and then the other storefront loads up? Yeah, you can, but most people aren't going to really do that. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially if we're talking about casuals who are borderline stupid. You know what I mean? Everyone on this.
Well, I mean, all platforms have that.
I wanted to chime in here. I've been supporting Days Gone. I put some new gameplay up and shit like that. Tim Dog, I wanted to talk to you about two things. We're going to talk about dreams, and the first thing I want to talk about is the climate of the PC community. Now, I've dealt with them for a number of years now, I think going on 3 years. So since 2016, I pissed them off at the edge of 2015. So
Rags making videos.
Yeah. So basically, I told them, because they were pissing me off about talking about power, that even though you have power, there are games that you want on your platform of choice. They wanted Sunset Overdrive for a number of years. They did get their wish. They wanted Gears and all of the other games that you guys have. Again, they got your wish. But with PlayStation, knowing how Sony is, they're not giving their games over there. I just wanted to point out that no matter how powerful you are, there are definitely games on other people's platform that you want. So I pointed that out, pissed them off, so on and so on. I have discovered over the numerous years that PC fans have hated my guts for unknown reasons. I'm just doing what they do to us all the time. They brag about shit. We brag about shit. They're very young. We don't have the classic legendary PC gamers that we knew when we were console gamers during the Xbox or the PS2 generation, or even as far as the Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, or the N64 generation. These are different PC gamers. They are younger than any of the ones we've had experience with in other generations, and they don't have the maturity to go out and buy a game day one. Actually, their stance on pre-orders is horrible. They will not pre-order a game. They will not buy a game day one unless they see a review from a YouTuber they like. They don't support IGN. They don't care about Metacritic. So even if they get the review from the YouTubers that they like, and the YouTuber that they like gets the game late, that game no longer falls into the day one category, which they have outright just are abolished. They don't want that. They don't want to buy a game day one. They don't want to pre-order a game day one. Do you feel that this new generation of the PC gamers, which is the dominant ones on the internet right now, you're not going to run into a lot of older, mature, grown-up PC gamers. Do you think that's hurtful for what Microsoft tried? And I do say tried because they failed, because their games are not selling a boatload because it's on PC. Again, I just explained to you, they're younger, and the bulk of them are that young. They chose PC because it's free. They can get early access games. They can pirate games. They can emulate stuff for free. It's at low cost to them. So that's why they enjoy it. Do you believe that Microsoft made the wrong decision to incorporate play everywhere so late in the generation with these individuals?
Well,
not at all.
My take on this whole thing with the PC, and it's funny because you are going on the subjects that really make PC gamers crazy, and some of it is because it holds truth. Now, from what I've gathered from what this whole Epic Steam thing is that it's not really a PC fanboy per se. A lot of it's shown that they're Steam fanboys, if anything.
Exactly.
And they say, well, we're not corporate this and that. The fact is that I don't care who you are, you're always going to have a preference, in my opinion. And their preference is kind of glaring that it's Steam. And this Epic thing has really kind of hit them at its core. PC gamers and console gamers, yes, I think they're completely different. I know that the PC gamers have a lot of prominent YouTubers that are very popular, and they go after people and stuff like that, and that's their get up. But as far as your question, I don't know. I think that the Microsoft have always said that should be more open to not being such draw a line in the sand for next generation, where that they should really evaluate the numbers. Now you're right, they didn't sell great on Windows PC. It didn't do great. It was a flop, as you would say. But that's because all those gamers wanted it on Steam. And as you see, there is a Steam contingent or a Steam fanboy contingent that, wants these games on that storefront.
Yeah, but they did, like I was saying, they got their wish, and the sales report.
They're gonna get their wish too with Halo. See, my opinion.
Oh no, they're gonna get their wish. My prediction is that they're not
Halo Infinite is gonna go on Steam day one.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, but how do we know if they're not buying it though?
No, because the sales report, they're not giving any type of update. And we're not only talking about.
But that doesn't mean anything though, because it is digital, so it's a little bit more difficult for the actual people to track. I mean, outside from the developers themselves.
But that's the thing. I
Right.
believe over the last year or under a year, a lot of people have started tracking digital. And when games like Crash Bandicoot went to other platforms, they did keep track of what Switch and the Xbox version sold, but they made that decision not to put it on the PC.
Have you ever used Steam Spy?
No.
That's a great site to look up any game to see how many people bought it and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'll look it up right now.
That's a good way to see that.
See,
going back to what you were saying though. Sorry, there, Tim Dog, real quick, just before I forget. When you talk about the whole piracy thing, the piracy thing has been on PC since fucking forever, dude. Even back when I was a kid and I was gaming on PC, piracy was still there. That's always going to be a thing, but I'm not going to necessarily say that that's the reason why people get into PC gaming, because I think that's kind of a shallow observation in my humble opinion. I do feel but there's tons of ways you can get access to a lot of these games, not just through Steam. You can buy them on a different site. Yeah, you'll be able to redeem them on Steam. You have the Epic Store, you got GOG, you got websites out there that sell games. They're cheap, like PC was there Card Supply or CD Keys, that website. So that you have there's tons of different ways. You know what I mean? And I don't think piracy is the least concern for a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people even really use piracy very often, unless they want to try something on their PC to make sure they can run it and then delete it afterwards and then buy it through Steam or wherever the hell they buy their stuff. But I don't know. I think a lot of my gripes with the PC community itself is not so much with the community, it's just the way things are being handled on that side. Because I'm more old school wise. Like I was there during the days when like exclusives ran dominant on PC. You know what I mean? Like it was rare for like console games to go to PC and vice versa wise. And when they did, they were either shitty ports on PC or some of them were okay. But like nowadays, it just seems like all third-party games, like AAA developers, put that stuff on there. Everybody gobbles that stuff up and they ignore everything else. I don't think that's necessarily the case. It's just not how a lot of us as console gamers perceive it as. But I think there's more to it than that.
And see, I think that the reason it's like that, for one thing, because remember, I'm 44. Growing up, like, remember back in the day, it was a toy. The console was a toy. Now it's mainline entertainment. Like, that's one of the main things about it now, that it's mainline entertainment. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Now,
I've always looked at it though as entertainment, though big money for myself. I never looked at it as a toy, even though you're technically not wrong, because I've heard a lot of people say that though back in the day that it was nothing more
than if you see the difference,
children's toy.
Yeah, like no, and what I mean by that is that when I was little, right? If my dad sat down and played with me, he played because he's trying to mess with his son and bond with his son. Now, me and my damn son, we are really at it. We're trying to beat each other on this game. And that's the big difference now. It's so different from when we were little. We didn't look at gaming the same like we look at it now for gaming, the way it is now, man. It's in a whole nother stratosphere for us, man. It's in a whole.
Well, I would say gaming back then, from a third-party standpoint, was better than compared to the third-party stuff that we're playing today, from a AAA development standpoint.
Yeah,
you do?
I agree.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! There's a reason why they call it the golden age of gaming back then. There, big money.
Watered down gen. Everything's the same, pretty much. Also, consoles in a way have caught up. I remember days of when, the vaunted PC Master Race, where, we were playing in 720p and they were playing in 1080p, and then, we were playing in 1080p and they were playing in 4K. I think in a way, a lot of consoles, especially with the new consoles, they've caught up to PC in a lot of ways, and there is a ceiling right now, 4K 60. Obviously, you can say, well, it's 4K 144, this and that. Yeah, but reality, 4K 60 is a pretty good a good point where the consoles are going to be hitting and a very powerful PC will hit. So in a lot of ways, a lot of their things have been taken away from them as far as their, what their bragging points. But at the end of the day, if you're a PC gamer, in my opinion, you're just different than a console gamer. You'd rather game with a mouse and a keyboard, which is more accurate, it's faster. But for me, I don't want to do that. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to deal with that. So it depends on the gamer itself, and we really from console gamers and what's a PC, we should try to just in a perfect world ignore each other. But that doesn't happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I've been on Steam Spy for like about 10 minutes while you guys were talking.
Yeah, the funny feeling you were on there quiet.
Yeah. So you already know I did my research, and this is what I was saying, Tim Dog. There are a lot of younger PC fans, and they don't have jobs. So they took the stance of not pre-ordering. They took the stance of not buying games day one because they can't. When you're like 13 to 16 years old, which is the primary amount that I've debated. I debated over 70 of these idiots since last year. And if it's one thing I know, they've made excuses like that it's anti-consumer to have to pre-order a game. It's anti-consumer to have to buy a game day one for $60. If they're not willing to buy a Microsoft game for $60 or a Microsoft game for day one or pre-order that Microsoft game, that hurts Microsoft. It doesn't matter if it's a third-party Microsoft exclusive like Cuphead or if it's a main-party game like Halo. It hurts. And the facts are, it hurts. Now, I've looked over games that were in some weird way timed exclusive to PlayStation, and that, at this point in time, I can look at those sales numbers. So that was King of Fighters 14, and they're saying the owners are from 100,000 to 200,000. That's what they're telling me on SteamSpy.com. And then you go to the games like the Yakuza series. that they're looking at 200,000 to 500,000 for Yakuza 0. But with Yakuza Kiwami, it's 50,000 to 100,000. That again, the number of Steam users they completely bragged to me about, a 200 million, it just doesn't add up. Again, the stance they have taken, the younger PC gamers have taken, that they don't want to buy a game day one. They don't want to pre-order a game. They don't want to buy a game at a full price because they can't. It hurts not only Microsoft's vision for their gaming section, but it hurts everybody when a developer is tricked into believing that they plan on supporting their game because they're begging for their game on Twitter or making a petition on change.org. And then when the game actually does come out, they have these different excuses on why they will not buy the game when it is out. So Nioh was the Japanese Dark Souls game. That's sitting at 200,000 to 50,000. It sold 2 million in the first year on PS4. This is the thing. You can't really count on the PC community of today to support Microsoft's vision. So Microsoft is not only losing out on what they're doing or trying to accomplish, they're being very naive. They're not reading the field. They've been trying to do this for close to 3 years now. They should understand that this modern day PC gaming community has no interest in buying their games at full price. And yes, they are actually the few that will definitely go out and pirate them. So the game.
That's the thing I don't want. See, but that's the thing I don't understand though, JTech. Because I mean, even though I know your dad in the chat there is actually like trolling a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people don't like him, but he does bring up a good point though. Like, how can people like that own a PC that spent God only knows how much money on their rig be poor? Like, I don't understand that.
That's what I don't understand. This is what I've noticed.
That's the
talking to the PC community. They have bedtimes. I've done these debates. I've done a lot of debates. They have bedtimes. They're in a house full of other people, which is simulation that they're still at home with mom and dad. They're still with brothers and sisters, and they don't have their own computer. They have the classic setup that we had when we were younger. There's a computer in the house, and they use it. So it might not be souped up. So some of the games they probably can't even run. I mean, it is a such thing as lying.
I do think though, if Halo Infinite comes on Steam day one,
it's gonna sell because that is the main attraction. They want that.
Right.
I'm not saying they're not gonna buy it, but I'm just saying.
For the most part, I do kind of agree. They do look for deals and they do look for CD keys, and they would say that.
There's nothing wrong with that when it comes to saving money.
This one right here is a big shock.
That's what they'll say, though. Exactly. Yeah.
But this is a big shock to me. Quantum Break sold 1 million to 2 million. That's a big shock. I didn't expect it to sell that much. There are a few anomalies. We got Rise, Son of Rome, 1 million to 2 million sold on Steam for the Steam Spy website you talked to me about. But the game that I said that should not go to PC due to the fact that for the last almost 20 years they've been trying to find a way to create their own game, which was Crash Bandicoot. And you remember, Spyro the Dragon came to Xbox and PlayStation. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, 100,000 to 200,000. Again, they wanted the game on their platform of choice, but it went to other people's platform at the same time, and it fell real low.
Yeah, you know what the thing about that is?
So did the Xbox version.
No, I think the Xbox sold pretty well. I'm pretty sure it sold over 200,000. But
hey,
that's
one thing we can't ignore
look it up for you real quick.
The PC community is growing at an alarming rate, man. One thing we can't deny that it is growing. So it got to be something there that average gamers like about PCs. I was even at one time thinking about getting a PC. Lincoln, he went and got a PC, but it was for VR, but he still went and got a PC. And it's growing, and it's going to keep growing.
Yeah.
Now, I know what you said, that most of the people that you debated were like younger kids. But it's starting. I think a lot of PC gaming is starting to get some of these hardcore gamers now, because this is just not these can't be all kids. I know it's majority kids, but it's not all kids.
Because I
But
think the
it's a
older
lot-
gamers moved away from PC to go to console. Now, I'm not saying they won't move back. A lot of people move
Yeah,
back to PC at the beginning of the gen. So
Yeah.
I don't know who they were, and I don't know what their age range is. But I know the most of them that I've been dealing with, they are of a younger variety, and you can't really count on them for sales. You can't count on them for day one, full price, or pre-orders. And those are pretty very, very, very low on PC. So it's not just a few. There's a lot of people that embody this notion that they don't have to do this or this doesn't have to be this way. But when the developer starts to skip your system or hold you back for a whole year, these are the things that they look at. Also, with the Steam versus Epic, Epic puts a lot more money into the developers. They get to keep more of the money by putting it on their store compared to Steam.
Because you know what, Jay, you know what surprised me? You know what a number surprised me? I forgot the exact number. But one time I looked it up, and if you go look up people that's building gaming PCs, this shit is high. Like, it's one thing to just go buy a PC because we do everything on PC.
It's
We
expensive.
look at porn on PC.
Yeah.
We do a lot of shit. But now it's a lot of people out there buying gaming PC, Pacific gaming PC. And it's really starting to turn. Because usually if I'm going to get a PC, man, I'm just gonna get a regular PC, something I can do everything on. But now it's so high, man. It's so high in demand. It's like I'm looking at this shit like, wow, it's that many people out there buying like specific gaming PCs just for gaming, and it's getting higher and higher.
Look at Sekiro. Sekiro did about anywhere between 2 to 5 million on Steam, according to Steam Spy.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. And I guess it really depends on the game. I think at the end of the day, they're big money in JTech. I think it really depends on the game itself because there are tons of games that I played on PlayStation that nobody's ever heard of, and that nobody didn't even know even freaking was on the actual PSN store. Same goes with Xbox. Same goes with Xbox too as well. You'd be surprised how many games that I freaking played on the Xbox, man. And sure, they're on PC, but I can't play them on PlayStation. So there's a lot of them out there, man. You just got to find them. That's all. But as far as sales goes, I mean, it's whatever, man. I mean, shit. Even VG Charts doesn't even update numbers anymore, man. Outside from console sales, that's it. Yeah.
Because MPD and all that crap of that, man, are freaking getting rid of that shit, man. Because that's truth be told. I mean, look at the conversation we're having now. We're talking about that.
I think one thing though, everybody should be talking about digital because I love physical. I don't want it to go away, but I have been doing a lot of digital. So these sales need to include the PC community. We need to know where they're at going forward because again, this is not first party. This is not exclusive contracts for Xbox or PlayStation. There are some third-party developers who just don't feel like dealing with the PC community, and they make them wait. Prime example is Rockstar. Rockstar made PC fans.
Rockstar's been like that for a while, though.
Yeah, I know, but there is no reason. You know what I'm saying? There is really not to make them wait 6 years, bro. It's been a long time.
But you know what? It's a lot of those third party developers, man. When they port that shit over, it'd be terrible, man. Because I tried to play Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
on the PC.
I remember that fiasco. Yeah,
well,
I remember that
fiasco. That's
fiasco.
why Rockstar does what they're doing. They want to, specialize in the console, and then after put all their effort into the PC.
Yeah,
because when you span it across 3 platforms, like you said, you have Arkham Knight instances, and you have certain times where the PC is. Listen, the bottom line is the developer is going to cater to the console, demographic because they buy the game more. There's no denying that. I mean, PC, yes, they do buy games, but they're not going to buy
not to that caliber.
And let's not pretend too as well that GTA 5 was not a big seller on PC.
It was.
Motherfucker.
It was
huge.
Yeah.
Well, so would Red Dead. So would Red Dead and Red Dead 2 if they ever got it to PC. I think that
Red Dead would definitely be a huge seller on PC if it ever got released on PC.
Me personally, I don't want a single developer to hold a game back and not put it on PC. I want everybody to see where we're at, though, because that is one of the parts of the big 3. It alternates. Sometimes it's PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo. Sometimes for this generation, sadly, it was PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC. So if they're going to be a part of this industry, we need to see how much they're supporting and what type of games they support. It helps the industry grow the more information we have. You know, we understand right now you could put a damn indie game, you could put a AAA game. That's just gonna break records on PlayStation. It's just so many people that own the system. But we also need to understand outside of the multiple accounts that anybody can make on any social media, including, you know, on Steam, you can make multiple accounts. I have 2 Steam accounts. One I lost the password to, it's still there. The other one I made last year. But long story short, it's 2 for one person. So I don't really want to keep hearing, oh, well, they have 2 million Steam users. I don't care about that. I want to see how many people are buying a game. If you have 5 Steam accounts and you're only buying one fucking game, that's 1 game per 5 people. That's not good. So I think that the industry needs to cover digital sales, not just for consoles, but for PC alike. I know Ubisoft bashes the PC community all the time for not buying their fucking games, and they expose a lot of fucking stupidity. But the fact of the matter, it needs to be a conversation. And speaking of glitches, we are going to go into Days Gone. Has anybody played a perfect game?
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, but you can answer this. Has anybody played a perfect game in the last 5 years of this gen? Have you played a game that did not need a day 1 patch, whether you did or did not see a glitch on whatever platform you play on? Have you played a perfect game in the last 5 years? And have every game you played in the last 5 years been perfect to the fact that you can pass judgment on Days Gone for any glitches you might have saw on the internet or experienced yourself? Anybody?
There might be a couple, but I just don't know any off the top of my head because I do buy a lot of shit. So
I feel like patches has definitely enabled them to be more lazier. You know,
agreed.
Or or get the game out faster than it should really get out, and they kind of like push everything off and see if they can patch at the end.
I do hope that more developers stop believing they need to make a game, a big open world game, to be successful. Like, I played Assassin's Creed for the first time. I don't like the game series. I don't like the developer. But I did like the story that I felt that they were going to tell in the Odyssey, and I picked it up. And I got the highest edition, so I could play it a week early and all that dumb shit. And what was crazy about it is they put things in that game that would try to make me buy microtransactions to speed along progress. The world was fucking huge, too big. And this game got so many passes. This game had glitches. Don't get me started on the glitches. The fact that the level up system had everybody at the same level. There were chickens that were level 40 when I was level 40 because that's how the game was made. And there was no way to turn that.
Odyssey?
Yeah, they only changed. They changed that after the game came out and after people had already been tricked into spending money on microtransactions for a certain feature that would make that bearable. What I'm saying
I was in the middle of playing that when they came out with that update to allow like level.
Do you believe it's fair that one game can get away with all of the stuff that another game can't get away with? And that one other game is called generic, but the other game that did all of that dumb bullshit gets a free pass. Do you guys believe that's fair?
No, not at all.
No, it's not. But I do think it comes from a position of hype. So if a game is not hyped as much, or a game is, well, it comes from a put it hype and certain other things. Like, do I think it's fair that Days Gone is getting ripped for all these glitches? And if you played Red Dead Redemption, you had similar glitches, and everyone was okay with that. Like, why is that like one okay and the other? And like,
look at Skyrim.
Yeah, look, it's 100% Skyrim. Or even the case like with Metacritic, everyone's like, look at the perception World War Z got. It's the same Metacritic as Days Gone, or they're around each other, and everyone's like, wow, Days Gone's awesome. It did great. I mean, World War Z did great, and then by the same token, it's a similarly scored game, Days Gone, and everyone's like kind of bashing it. People are bashing it. They're doing this and that. So. No, I just wanted to say that, is it fair? I don't think it's fair. And there's no rhyme or reason sometimes with the two. some games for some reason can get away with it. I don't get it either. Like they can get away with it, and then other games are just like bashed unmercifully for it.
Yeah.
I think it's because a lot of people hold Sony to this high standard, right, when it comes to their first party developers, and I think that's why, like, a lot of people looked at a game like, say, DayZ and be like, okay, this is okay for that score, whatever you want to call it, but they were expecting Days Gone to be a lot more higher up there because it's coming from a first party studio that Sony owns, right? So, and to me, I look at that as nothing more than a formal excuse too as well, because I mean, any game that comes out, it doesn't matter if it's first or second or third, it doesn't matter. If your game comes out bugged as shit, you need to come out with like an actual big day one up there, wherever the case may be. Like, review those games evenly the way they're supposed to be freaking reviewed, man. Like, look how many times you, like, going back to to the IGN thing that you guys wanted to talk about. How many reviews have you read from IGN for like third-party AAA games that you like? Look at like Skyrim, for example, right? When that game launched last generation, that game was riddled with bugs on the PS3.
Oh, don't get me started.
Still scored freaking extremely high. I don't understand.
Oblivion. Before that, Oblivion had worse bugs.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect had also bugs. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The first one was brutal.
Assassin's Creed.
This is why they're JTech, man. Well, I don't give a shit about reviews, and I never will give a shit about reviews. Because to me, everyone's gonna have their off days. They're gonna have some kind of, and I hate to say this, but all reviews are biased in their own right. So when you see IGN going off and giving friggin' State of Decay 2 a 7.5, and you see them give freaking Days Gone a 6.5, yeah, there's a problem there. Like, there's definitely an issue with that.
Well, I want to talk to you about that problem. Big Money, you can go first, and me and Sam gonna take it away.
No, I was just going to say, and then y'all have to remember that that's not the whole IGN that's behind that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one person giving that score. That doesn't mean everybody at IGN agrees with that score. And this is one thing I want to put out there, man. If y'all think making video games is easy, you're crazy. These people spend years trying to figure out what they call it, coding. That shit takes a very long time. You have to give these developers some type of credit. When they get these games out here and they're trying their best, they do not want to give you a broken game. They do not want to do that. They know that's going to fuck with their paycheck. They know that. They want to give you a complete game, but it's hard. We have come into the generation where this is the most times I've seen so many updates. I have not seen so many updates in my life.
Yeah,
like God of War is one of them. Every day I played God of War, and every day God of War had a new update. This shit is hard, people. It's really hard. So y'all need to bag off just a little bit on this glitch shit. I understand you don't want glitches, but a lot of these guys, they be having, like, it's a certain time they have to get that game out the door. Then they have to start doing shit at the last minute. You have to give these guys time. I don't want a broken game. They don't want to give you a broken game. So the people that going off, and I don't even think that should implement into a score when it's a glitch. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've heard in my life. You judge the game on the gameplay, the stories, and the mechanics. I understand if you start glitching in to a fucking tree for 5 minutes, okay, that's a problem. But if you glitch into that tree for a fucking fraction of a second, come on, man, calm down. Don't give them a bad score because you had a couple of glitches. Like I said, this shit is hard, man. This is not no easy thing to do, man. They want to give you a good game.
On top of that, you have an open world game with dynamic weather, dynamic day and light. You got horde mode inside of this. You got bike mechanics, literally deep in-depth bike mechanics. I thought it was just a normal bike. I had no idea that you could maintain the bike and that you would mess up the bike if you landed wrong, and you could fix it anytime or free calls. You have to fill up the gas of the bike. You can customize the bike with different skins and different lights and different baggage. The game gets so much shit for what they believe is wrong that they gave other people perfect scores for. But the stuff that they did, right? The different ways you could take out zombies with the bear traps. Did you guys hear about bear traps in the negative reviews?
Nope.
That's crazy.
I didn't read any of the
I've seen
reviews.
know
there,
they exist.
JayTech.
Yeah,
Did anybody know about bear traps in Days Gone? You have bear traps
Yeah.
that your leg gets caught in. It could fuck you up. But the bear traps also, you could pick them up and place them down and fuck other people up. Zombies, humans, animals. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
But no, they don't
Yeah.
want to talk about the good. This was an assassination on this game, and I don't believe it's because people hated PlayStation. I don't believe it's because people hated Sony. There is something else here, and I really need all of us to give Son of Sam the chance to tell us what's going on. What's going on, Catman?
Well, we talked about it yesterday, right? It was basically after we all played the game, right? A bunch of us were in the party. You know, we don't really play the same game, so the fact that all of us were enjoying it, playing it for like maybe a couple hours at a time, I kind of had to dig deep into it. So you're looking by the reviews, and we talked about it a bit earlier. This game is basically getting destroyed by mainly SJWs, and like I sent you the screenshot. I don't know if you want to post it so they can see. But GameSpot, IGN, and a couple other people. It's not a coincidence, man. And you see the comments they posted. They were basically attacking the game for stuff other than gameplay and gun mechanics. In fact, they were way off with some of the bullshit they claimed was a problem. Like the melee isn't broken, the gunplay isn't broken. They're reaching for shit. Then they, you know, if you go into the comments that I sent you, JayTech, obviously they talked about just stupid shit like, are all the freakers white? You know, heterosexual.
Fucking
So,
God, man. Really?
Yo, bro.
Really?
Yo, put up that screenshot.
Okay, so
if you
we're
can,
about to
JayTech.
go in.
This is from what, IGN's comment section?
No, this is from one of the
the
female
GameSpot lady, I think.
GameSpot lady that reviewed it, but then there's also a female that was also lesbian that reviewed Days Gone for IGN. So both were lesbian and both were given a game of a white male, male that had a love interest that happened to be also a female. And they had a traditional wedding, and it was a very classic American story. I don't mind. I love stories. I watch romantic comedies. I watch action movies. I watch horror movies. I watch superhero movies. I love a good story. And for a game to nail that, any type of game on any type of system, that's a plus in my book. I respect that a lot. But for somebody to assassinate it because it is not catering to you and what you perceive to be your sexual orientation, that right there is disgusting. Because if this game can be assassinated for those reasons, any game can be assassinated for those reasons. Sam, continue to the games that are trying to make them feel comfortable so they don't get assassinated.
Oh, what do you mean? Like,
see, now I want to play this game.
You know the number one game. Say it. Come on, say it.
You talking about The Last of Us?
Yeah, speak the truth.
I mean,
go on. I got the pages up. I'm about to go show the pages off real quick.
Hey man, that's some ridiculous stuff. But you shouldn't even. Why would I don't even understand that right there, man.
I'm about to start sharing the screen. We're gonna go into that phase, so you guys can see.
I mean, this is why Neil Druckmann always kisses SJW ass, man. There's something behind this shit. This stuff is affecting the industry. I just didn't realize it was this prevalent, you know.
Yeah, that don't make any sense to me, man. That don't make any sense to me.
See, now I definitely want to play this now. They're big money.
I'm telling you.
Usually when a game gets like this, man, and people start like throwing out excuses after excuses. Yeah, then that.
Let me ask you a question. Are you guys seeing what I see?
Because I love calling out. I love calling out journalists,
okay,
man.
So I wanted to let you know. Sam has helped us out by somebody else helping us out. Goes by the name of MOT the White. I guess we would call him Mott the White. I'm subscribed to him. He's subscribed to me. He's gathered this up. This guy right here. He said on the wedding vows. Spoiler alert! It's really not gonna spoil the whole fucking movie. The whole game. Sorry. When she said, "I want to ride you as hard as you ride the bike," he said something about it. And then he deleted his tweet about a day after when everybody came up against him. Even the Yakuza chick, Jade Wildberger. You know, I just congratulated her. She got 5,000 followers, and she primarily only supports Yakuza and some anime. And she's been like making great strides and making sure people know what Yakuza is, and also the new game by the studio Judgment. She had something to say about it, and she thought it was a funny quote. And he didn't like it. Two of these women out of the three. No. This one.
One of them was mad because a lesbian hit on Deacon, pretty much. It was that quote, the chick you were fighting with, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know she was lesbian. I just
Wow.
know she was about to kill me with a shotgun.
Wow.
And that was the IGN social editor. that
Okay,
said
so
that.
this one right here and this one right here, they identify it as gay or lesbian. They did not like the game because of the sexual orientation of the main character, and that the main character was not a female. They made it public that they had a reason, a personal reason for disliking the game, and it was in their power to give the score that made people.
You know what? A lot of this stuff, like I'm not used to this.
This one right here. Hold on, Big Money. This one gonna get you. Okay. This is what she says. This is one for GameSpot. She says, "Here's my Days Gone review. And here is a favorite screenshot from my entire game. I had a lot to say about this game. Here's some random tidbits I didn't include. All freakers are apparently white. The biggest technical issues were patched out during the review period, but the game chugs on a regular PS4. This is where I got it from. I hate the phrase old lady."
Yeah.
She gave that game a 5 out of 10.
And she's the one that gave the game a 5 out of 10. She literally hates the phrase old lady and gives the game a 5 out of 10. And she listed all biased reasons why she fucking gave the game a bad score. Did not list anything good. Now look, I'm gonna play the fuck out of this game until my fucking eyes bleed, until my hands fall off. I'm loving it. The game is beautiful in a 4K checkerboard. It is amazing in HDR. I wish I would have played it in HDR yesterday for my 3 hours of gameplay. But I will say one thing, man. The support of everybody that worked on this game that I've gotten, the people that are supporting the people that made the game by showing pictures, by showing gameplay, by doing live streams. That's what it means to be a gamer. Make sure you let everybody know in your community. This could be ran for Xbox, Nintendo, Switch, or PlayStation gamers. Make sure we all know if a game is good. It matters more if you talk to a real gamer. You talking to a journalist, just because they got to review a game don't mean they a real gamer. And we can see that right now. She ignored the good qualities that make a game good. And she focused on things that triggered her personally. That right there, that I don't like.
Hey, you know what, Jay? That right there, that's not only a game community problem. I think that's a society problem.
Yeah, in today's society, the age of sensitivity. I say it all the time, right? The age of sensitivity. That's what this age is. Everybody's triggered by something.
It's starting to get really ridiculous with the things you can do and say in today's society. You can't make a joke. You can't do anything in today's. Some things. Okay, I understand. Some things like sound a little out of text, like people saying things about race and stuff like that. But when you start implementing that in everything that you do in society, it hurts society because now. I'm scared to say everything is taboo now. Everything is taboo. We can't touch on anything. We can't do anything. How do you expect anybody, a painter, a guy that's making music, how do you expect them to express themselves if they can't do it? They scared that you're going to say something and you think you can literally have a painter make a beautiful painting of a beautiful naked woman and he think it's art. You will have people storming him talking about why are you painting naked people? Like that shit just don't make sense to me nowadays. It's just not a gaming community thing. This is a society thing. And a lot of times, man, we look at society in the wrong way and we don't help it out. We encourage people like her that do shit like that instead of standing up to her and telling her that she's wrong. You'll have more people agree with her than disagree with her. Leave that shit where it is. Like I said, it's a lot of things out there you can talk about. It's a lot of things that you can get mad about. But please, please leave that one personal thought to yourself because it hurts society as a whole when we start doing that. Like it's gonna be best friends scared to talk to their own best friends about shit because it's a certain taboo subject. Like the shit is ridiculous. That's ridiculous right there. She's bringing her own personal life into her score of a video game. That's what that was, and it's hurting. That all that does is hurt the game. It hurts the game because you're gonna have people that's part of the, I forgot what you call it, SWV, whatever you call it. They gonna make people that like gaming, they gonna stop. They don't even want to play the game no more because this one lady said something about it's more white. Like what the fuck?
Listen, this is the one that comes from IGN. This is what she says at IGN social editor. Part-time artist, wannabe X-Wing pilot, your cool gay cousin, she/her. Now, I'm not getting on anybody that's gay or lesbian. I don't care. Just keep that shit away from gaming. And if you're going to play a game, play for what it is. Don't play for what you want to be in it. So this is what she says. Man. She says, Days Gone looks
exactly. There you go.
Exactly. She says, Days Gone looks like a game that was originally announced in 2005. So she's saying a game that was announced for
the
PS2.
Fuck?
The PS4, sorry, the PS3 came out 2016. Sorry, 2006.
Big
Xbox,
money man, about to go off, bro.
Bro, look,
Xbox
came out. Xbox 360 came out 2005. So I would say she's talking about PS2 Xbox generation of games because Xbox 360 came out towards the end of that year. So she's saying Days Gone basically looks like a PS2 Xbox game and sat in development for 14 years. Felt that way the first time I saw it several years ago at E3. So she's talking about how she felt about the game several years ago, not about what she's seeing now. We got to continue. Hold on. Feels that way now. Also, freakers. She says it in a negative way, saying that I don't think she likes the fact that they're freakers and not zombies, even though they are not fucking zombies, because I've shot a couple of them in the head and they drop. I stabbed them in the heart and they fucking die. As you know, zombies won't fucking die. And the different ways that you've been taking these freakers out. And sometimes I call them zombies too, and that's my mistake. I apologize. But we got to go on to also, a lesbian hits on a Duncan McDude face in the story, and that just tells me literally everything I need to know about the writing quality.
Yeah.
People need to be held accountable, man.
We continue to the last part. This is the last part before I went in on her, and she never replied.
Who was this person that reviewed this?
What's
her name?
Is Cassidy Moser from IGN. Cassidy Moser.
Let me read from IGN. She's the one that wrote this fucking review.
Yeah, that's
that was Lucy O'Brien who wrote the review.
Lucy O'Brien. Lucy O'Brien wrote this. Yeah. This was the editor. This was the social editor. Let me go on and continue. Not here for weird straight male wish fulfillment.
All right, IGN.
So you see that? Not here for weird straight male wish fulfillment. Thanks. And then she has a Rihanna picture of winking an eye, and I don't know what all that is. So,
oh my god. That's
big money. I can't wait to pick this game up now, dude.
Hey, bro, that's making me think. If she works there with Lucy O'Brien, did that affect her? That had to affect her score.
Wait up, is Lucy O'Brien gay
without
too?
A doubt.
Wait up, Lucy.
No, she's an SJW. They're both SJWs.
Yeah, they're both SJWs.
Oh my god! See, now that right there. Oh, I'm done. I'm done with that.
And listen to what she said about the game. She was saying the bike is stupid, and like the same sentence she would then say the bike is great.
I know exactly what I'm going to fucking do.
So I want to let you guys know something. I want to let you guys know a secret. It happened 8 billion years ago. I was blocked by IGN. I'm not bitching about it, but I just want to let you guys know when you tell someone the truth, that's what fucking happened. No, but this is weird. This is IGN. This isn't one of them.
Yeah.
This is IGN. I've been blocked for over the whole generation.
I already got my future plans planned out there, big money.
Bro, I got blocked. I got blocked last generation. I don't remember what I said. I think I said something along the lines of PS3 was better than Xbox 360, some dumb shit like that. Long story short, it was towards the end of the last generation. We got these type of people that work on IGN, and that's why Greg Miller left, even though I don't like this guy either. That's why Colin left. That's why all these other people left. IGN is different now. And we all knew IGN was irrelevant, whether they shit on Xbox games or they shit on Nintendo games, which they will never do. If you kind of look at this fucking banner, you see Mario, you see Yoshi, you see Peach, you see every main character from a Nintendo game is out here, and most of all the PlayStation ones are hidden behind Star Wars characters and shit like that. So you can't really see them, but you can see what they really love. You can see in the front, you see Wonder Woman. You can see Ellie. You can see the chick that's green, Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. You see what I'm saying? They tell us who they are. They have been telling us who they are or who they are now for a long time. IGN is irrelevant. And because we already know the people that are playing these games, that are reviewing these games, are in no way, shape, or form a real gamer. I would disregard any fucking review that comes out of there. So you send me a review score from IGN. I want you guys to understand something. I understand that they're shit. And I understand the people that work there are shit. And I have no respect for any of the people there. And never
masquerading as a video game publication. That's all this is.
And they've been doing it for years. They've been doing it for years, for generations. Listen, I got fed up from IGN when they shitted on a Nintendo DS game back in 2005. That's when I said, fuck them, bro. I can't support them.
Hey, you know what, man? Like I said, any publication, man, that supports stuff like when you put your personal life into reviewing games, you don't need to.
That's a problem.
You don't need to do it anymore. That's that's becoming a real big problem in gaming.
And you know what the funny thing is? None of them will reply to anybody. People have communicated with them, and no one will reply to them. Yeah, nobody will.
That's sad. That's real sad right there. That's sad. That's real sad.
So you guys want to know what happened with the reviews from the main publishers? Yeah, it was assassinated with very, very low mixed review scores from IGN and GameSpot, which are the main culprits that we know. We know about IGN, we know about GameSpot. Sometimes we know about Games Radar. There's some other people that are bigger than the smaller ones that gave it a low score. But we also want to go in and look at the two people that gave it the low score so we can understand what's going on. So does anybody know the Daily Dot?
I don't think count on Metacritic, but I heard of them.
Yeah, they count on Metacritic. They're the ones that gave it a 2 out of 10. So I wanted to know, does anybody know who the Daily Dot is?
No.
They gave Days Gone a 2 out of 10. Anybody know who they are? No? Are they credible?
No, 2 out of 10.
Fuck no, they're not credible, man. Fuck out of here.
Hey, here's something funny, JayTech. I want to show you something, JayTech. I want to show you something there, JayTech. This will give you a laugh. Because I don't even know why the fuck this is even an article and related to Days Gone, but I just thought it was funny as shit. Give me a sec. I'll pull it up here and I'll give it a link because I can't screen share on my phone. So
the user review.
Hey, we almost at the website because my PC.
Why is this even an article?
We're almost done.
The user ratings are getting up.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just making sure we almost done because my thing about to run out of power. No, I'm just making sure.
Okay, I guess we go for about until 4:30 if you can. If you gotta leave, it's
yeah.
Cool.
I might drop. My phone's dying too. So
okay, don't worry.
It's been a pleasure with you guys. It was fun and good that we can all talk it out.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for showing.
Man, likewise.
It was nice meeting you there.
Nice meeting you. Pleasure meeting everyone on the panel. Very cool guys. And just my opinion is, I kind of with the IGN. I don't understand why. I hate when they. I'm with you guys when they interject politics or all this stuff into gaming. We don't need that. It's just
we don't.
There you go, JayTech. Have a good laugh, buddy. Have a good laugh.
Hey man,
I just sent you a link on Twitter.
Let me say, hey, once again, man, thanks for coming on the show, man. I sent him an invite a couple of weeks ago, man, and Tim Dog was nice enough to come kick it with us, man. Like I said, I want people to understand that just because he's an Xbox fan we're PlayStation fans. Like, we love gaming. There's nothing wrong. Please don't. I don't want y'all to do nothing crazy by sending him crazy messages or saying that he betrayed.
Don't worry, I already got a stupid message. I already got a stupid message.
That's far from the thing. It's a good guy that came to kick it with us, man. I think I can speak for JayTech and everybody on here, man. You're more than welcome to come back when you want to. Hey, I wanted to see if you, whenever you have some free time in the future, because I know you be doing a lot of things. We do this other podcast called The Round Table, man.
I'll definitely hit me up in DM and we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk, man. Thanks a lot, man. I
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
you, bro.
No problem.
All right, man. Take it easy,
man.
Yeah.
Okay. We had topics. we spent a lot of time on Days Gone. That's why our topics were short as fuck. But we're gonna cover some of them. So Daily Dot didn't give it a 2 out of 10. I gave it a 4 out of 10. I don't agree with that. Slant gave it a 3 out of 10.
Slant's been trolling since last time, man. I remember them.
Oh, these were the only low scores, and I thought they were going to be more low scores because they got posted so early, but actually they haven't. And most of the scores have been positive. There's more positive scores than the mix and negative combined. That means the game is good. But with Metacritic, it's going to sit at a 7. 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah, I should have asked him because you guys were mentioning about the rebuild. I wanted to ask him why they haven't replaced Larry Herb and Aaron Greenberg yet to just complete the turnover.
Hopefully, I'm gonna see what he doing next week and see if he can. I'll ask him if he's free next week.
Yeah, if he's on your podcast, I'll check it out. Help me kill time during work too.
He'd be busy a lot because he was gonna come. He wanted. I asked him a couple of weeks ago to come on here. Remember, JayTech, when I told you that he was gonna come on here a couple of weeks ago, but he been busy, and then Easter coming. We planned it for Easter Sunday, but we both forgot it was Easter Sunday.
Oh boy,
that's why he didn't come last week. And then he was like, "Well," that's when I was like, "Man, I got a surprise for everybody," and that's why he came this week. So, hey man, Tim Dog cool as hell, man.
Yeah,
Tim
he
Dog
cool
good
dude.
people.
You know, but I want to say before you get up out of here, man, that's the thing. This was a different type of thing that happened with Days Gone. It was not actually a bad game. Nobody's trying to cover up anything. I think if it was a bad game, you would not see so many people playing. We got white, black, females, all types of people are playing this game. Your boy Dobby Potter on Twitter posting fucking photo mode pictures that look unreal. It is not a bad game, and the fact that people are playing and enjoying it proves that somebody was wrong, and it wasn't the gamers. The gamers look to these journalists to guide them, and sadly, some people were misguided.
I sure fucking
skipping
don't.
the game. So, I want to give a big shout out to Porter Rock. He fell prey to the reviews on Thursday. He skipped the game. He did not buy the game. He is not playing the game.
Wow.
We all know Porter Rock as a clout chaser. I had a very healthy discussion with him last year, and we were supposed to fight each other in Mortal Kombat 11, which I also picked up day one, but he was a no-show. One thing I want to say to people, if you're going to listen to somebody that's going to listen to negative reviews that are based off of their sexual orientation, don't come around me. You can unsubscribe. I don't make money from YouTube or Twitter. You can healthily take your ass to my main page, push that unsubscribe button. You can also take your ass to my Twitter and unfollow. I don't want weak people. We're moving into the PS5. Don't come around me. If you skip this game, if you claim that you cancel your pre-order and you're actually sincere about that and not just some troll saying it to have that type of bullshit going around the internet, just stay away from me. I don't want to hang around with no weak people. I don't want weak people following me. Now, if you had some financial problems and you couldn't get the game, but you want to get the game, I don't have no problem with that. I post my gameplay for you people all the time. Over 10 years, I've been doing this to help the gaming community. I know not everybody's fortunate. I can't buy every game. But there are some games that I clearly buy and I post up that I know other people might not have interest in yet. They might have interest in, or they just can't buy. I do it for Dreams. I'm doing it for Days Gone. I'm doing it for a lot of other titles. I'm off tomorrow, and I'm off on Tuesday. You can expect Dreams gameplay, and you can expect Days Gone gameplay. But right now, if you gonna say because a review that came out before all the gameplay, all the pictures is correct, and you ignore the gameplay and you ignore the pictures, no, I can't be near you, man. I'm sorry, I don't want you near me, and I don't want to be near you. You don't have my permission. Leave, unsubscribe, leave. Okay, whoever you may be, get the fuck away from me.
Who pissed off JayTech?
Well said, JayTech. Well said, sir.
What's happened, JayTech? Who pissed you off?
All the people that support Porter Rock and individuals like that skip the game. I mean, there was some normal bullshit spewed by Broken Games, but well, he has donators, so money is not a problem to him. So yeah, he's playing the game. Kofi was excited to get the game. He played the game. Even Kid Smooth, he's playing the game. He was hyped for the game. But we got somebody like Porter Rock, which, in his words, I quote, this is what he said, not me, a PlayStation is mine, when we were having a discussion last year. I mean, look, all I'm going to say right now, man, PlayStation's his, but he skipped this exclusively, listened to SJWs and lesbians about a game that has a traditional white male getting married to a white woman. Nah, never in my life do I want to hear anybody say this motherfucker is the dude that's leading PlayStation into the generation of the PS5. Fuck no. Fuck no.
Oh yeah, crazy.
He had no plans on buying the game.
Opinion.
Exactly. By the way, let's point this out. He had no intention of buying the game because he didn't pre-order it. So the reviews that came out the day before the game came out cemented gave him the perfect cover to not buy the game, which he did not want to buy anyway. Yeah. So, you want
to support the game.
Don't follow your heroes because sometimes they're douchebags. Just don't do it.
Hey, y'all, because my thing it got like one bar, man. Hey, sorry to be leaving so early. I know they got a couple of more minutes, but I got to leave, man. My thing is about to run out of power. Once again, make sure y'all come check us out every Sunday at 2:00 PlayStation Legion. Let me thank Sam. Let me thank JayTech, Fatal. Lincoln is not here.
He was in the chat room though. He was in the chat.
Okay, he was in the chat.
Okay, he was in the chat. Yeah.
and everybody, man. The round table. That's my family. This right here is my new family. Listen. Ever since I met this guy, we were talking about this earlier. Some guy said something about JayTech was
I'm the ISIS of PlayStation.
That's if you know Big Money, man, that's farthest from the truth. Ever since I known these guys, man, these guys ain't did nothing but show me love. Somatic, JayTech, Adam, Sam, they all show me love. So, man, make sure y'all come back every Sunday at 2:00 and check us out. And once again, thanks to Tim Dog for joining us, man. I appreciate that, Tim Dog, man. You're something. That's a real good guy. Once again, y'all please don't get mad at him because he came on a PlayStation channel. That's crazy. Like I always say, man, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. Just don't disrespect. So, hey, man, I love y'all. I'm out of here, man. I'll check y'all next
Big
week.
Money.
Thanks again,
check
man.
your Twitter, dude. I sent you a message on Twitter there, Big Money.
Go up.
Okay. I'm gonna look at it now.
Later, buddy.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, JayTech, I'll see y'all back when y'all get through on the PlayStation. Man.
Yeah, because I'm about to play some more Days Gone. I might stream. Guys, I have a Twitch account. I have a Twitch account. It's JayTechTV HD. Sometimes I stream on there when I feel that you guys have got spammed enough. But at 8:00 tonight, I'll probably be streaming on YouTube for Days Gone. Remember, I'm off of work tomorrow and I'm off of work on Tuesday. I have enough time to stream some more or post independent videos, which I do plan on talking about my boy Porter Rock. But the guy that speaks to walls, Adam Morsk, is here. We met you, buddy. We missed you. You were walking your dogs and
No, I wasn't
eating
walking
food.
them. I feed my dogs. I was starting to eat. I fucked up.
Okay, good. We pay you 1 penny a year. You better be useful. You got some minutes until we close out. Maybe we can hit on some of these topics we didn't say anything about.
Well, I'm guessing you just talked about the Days Gone thing, and obviously how
we did dive into that a lot. We talked about PC gaming.
Listen,
we talked about
we all
digital
know
sales.
Lucy O'Brien, man. She's a bit of a tricky character. We all know this, man.
Yeah, but my thing is, will she be reprimanded or not? Because if she says
the editor. Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. If either one of them are because they were SJWs, they can't actually be, because then they're gonna say I'm targeted because I'm a woman. So they're gonna stay hired and they're gonna be able to have all the personal opinions they want to inflict on all the innocent games.
About this, can I just ask one thing about this SJW aspect to it? Like, how this point of it come about? Like, because I'm quite confused. I mean, listen, I knew the game got bad reviews of that. We knew some reviewers were a bit iffy on what they were saying, nor the fact that, you know, they actually played the game and, you know, completed the game. And some of them stated this, but didn't quite. And the trophies, it's a completely different narrative. The SJW aspect, is it real? Is it like a big factor in this, or is it just one of those like subplots where it's like it could have served a purpose?
They basically came apart parts in the game where it was pro-sexual. Like we just talked about, there was a lesbian that hits on Deacon, and she was going like this would never happen.
She was a lesbian.
I didn't know either.
I still don't know.
Is she lesbian?
I guess.
Saying
I
you're
didn't
picking
make
apart
that part to the story. Yeah.
No, the thing is, obviously, you guys talked about it last night. I looked at Twitter because obviously, I mean, I'm not blocked by her or anything like that. And I looked at her Twitter, and you know, since her review, she has made a few tweets about obviously and screen grabs of people that have commented on the review. You know, trying to sort of suss her out, and you know, such as like the gameplay, shooting mechanics. She apparently praised. I need to still read the review as well as watch the whole thing. Don't really want to, but you know, I might do so.
Well, what I'm saying is, over the last 2 days, ever since the game actually came out, she has not said anything at all. That's what I'm trying to say. She has not said anything. Even when you're moving in to 3 days ago, she has not said anything
about she said her piece on the first day.
Yeah,
they got quiet all of a sudden.
What I'm saying is, when the game got into public hands, Adam, she did not say any. I'm on her Twitter right now. She has not said a single. It's like, oh, I just killed you. Well, there's no reason to fucking try to bury you. You know, it's like she did what she was supposed to do, and now she doesn't want to address anybody. And I'm trying to figure out what's like. We know what you did, and we know you purposely did it. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I looked at all of her reviews that she's done over the since she started her gen. She started back in 2014. She mostly reviewed DLCs of games like Evil Within.
She's already irrelevant. Yeah, she's already irrelevant.
Sort of things like that. But I think it was last year. It's either what was it? No, it wasn't last year. It was in 20. It was when Rise of Tomb Raider came up for the Xbox and the PC. When it was exclusive, just when it was only on those platforms. That's when she started to jump on board with bigger, game reviews like AAA games, third-party games, that sort of thing. And I've seen all of her reviews. They're kind of, like obviously they're high. They're not a lot of them are like below the 5 average. They're like a lot of them are 8s, 9s, 7s. But I've read a few of them, and some of them, some of the games that I've played specifically, I never really experienced the things that she spoke about in certain tense.
Well, everybody that's supporting her in the tweet after she posted up the Red Dead Redemption are either SJWs or lesbian or homosexual. So I'm not saying that's a negative thing, but she's clearly not getting any praise from straight people that she literally attacked. So now being straight is bad. If you're gay or lesbian, it's good. So that right there is what I want her to address, but she won't because she knows she's wrong. She knows she's biased.
But you have people like Greg Miller that enable these SJWs, and that's what really annoys me. You got like these heteros that are just going with their opinion because that's the way they're going to extend their careers or to stay in the industry.
Listen,
they don't give a fuck.
I'm just gonna stick my head out here. You two specifically know, right? I don't hate Greg Miller. I really don't. Like, I don't fucking fondle, like, enjoy his every presence. I do like him in certain aspects, like what he says or some of the things that he does makes me laugh, like the Mortal Kombat thing that he did like a few weeks ago. Like, I do like the guy. I also appreciate what he's gone through in certain aspects, but I can understand what you guys are talking about in sense of like when he started Kind of Funny to what Kind of Funny is now. There is a difference between how like what's happened with Kind of Funny, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't watch them. I still do. That's where pretty much I get some of my news and some of my sort of gaming podcast enjoyment. Like, I don't really watch a lot of gaming podcasts apart from his. And then from time to time, Game Informer or Split Screen with what's his name, Jason Schreier. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he enables. I don't know. It's a bit of a touchy thing, bro. But I don't know.
You don't have to say anything about Greg Miller. I could care less. He's gonna say what he wants to say. I don't care about him. Even though people might think he has the biggest influence in the world, he no longer has that influence because I could care less about what he says. What I do care about is a review from a publication that's going to continue to use this one person that will have a negative outlook on primarily all PlayStation exclusives or want to take up the reins to review every PlayStation exclusive. And that right there is horrible. Now, we are the country of free press over here in the United States of America, so it's nothing we can really do. But I do want it to be public knowledge that she did literally attack this game for not being sensitive enough to her sexual orientation or to her views or political views.
So
as long as she can come out later on and publicly admit that she was biased, I won't have a single problem, but she's too afraid to do that because she knows she was wrong.
I mean,
she can give the game a low score based on she feels that the game sucks, but you feel that the game sucks because you're sensitive about some of the things you saw that does not.
And she wasn't subtle either, man, which is what annoyed me.
But but here's that's the point, right? It's a sense of within any journalism, right? Or even like let's think of it as like I don't know, like maybe like a police case, right?
I wish she would have gave the game. I wish she would have gave it a 6. She should have gave the game a 6 out of fucking 10. Because if she really hated it that much, why you put the extra 5 there? Somatic talks about this all the time. There was no point for you to put that extra 5 there. Don't do that.
I feel like the thing is when it comes to this sort of shit, right? We're talking about right now. If IGN. Like for instance, if you look at a game and there's characteristics in which you look at and you think who's reviewing this game? Oh, it's Lucy. Okay, you kind of got you can't. I'm not saying like you should like. I mean, technically, I am actually prioritize reviewers, right? And but that sort of shit, the SJW stuff or lesbian, whatever a game will entail to the reviewer, they've got to push that shit to the side.
Yes.
It's simple as that political, whatever the hell it is, you have to push that stuff to the side. It's a video game. It isn't supposed to be like that. Not unless the game is about politics or something like that. Then okay, cool. This is no political aspect. It's a post-apocalyptic, let's just call it, it is a zombie game. Open world. Yes, it's two guys, it's a motorbike, based on a motorbike gang. And, there's aspects of the story in there. And I thought, okay, cool. Right? Lucy, go and review it. And go from the story, gameplay. If you're going to go audio and sound, do that. And also what you do in the world and stuff like that, right? That's all you got to do. Don't come in with that review and then say, oh, I didn't like this one line, which was, ride me like you ride your bike, in which I haven't played the game, but I already know from Greg and other people that have already played it, say that it's a really good line because it's between Deacon and his wife Sarah at that point in time. It's a funny joke between them. It's like what relationships would have. They'll have this inside joke or innuendo joke in which, oh, it may be cheesy, it may be cringy, but to them it might not be. That's the reason why it was written. You see that shit in movies every time. Come on, man, like, and that
I never
think
understood
that, to be honest, that part alone, Jay, that pissed me off the most because it proved how wrong she was when I saw like people like Corey Barlog, when I saw people like David Jaffe, Neil Druckmann, Bruce Straley mentioned it. Also Hurst, some of the people from Witcher as well. They all spoke about like actually it's not that bad. It's okay to be that like that.
But in this day and age, you can't do that. Like somebody told me something about I can't say the word fat. I called the wolf a faggot in Days Gone because he was eating me, and out of anger, I called the wolf a faggot. The wolf will never know if the wolf is gay. I didn't call the wolf gay. I said faggot is to confirm that you were annoying me. Get the fuck out of my way. Yeah, I was not trying to be offensive, but in today's society, I can't say faggot without being offensive. They're trying to make it seem like the N-word. You can never really say the N-word. The N-word is it's a no-no. But now they're trying to say, well, if you say the word faggot, that should be up there with the N-word. Well, no, it shouldn't. Because see, faggot is a bundle of sticks. I called that wolf a bundle of sticks. It was an annoying bundle of sticks.
Or a cigarette. Or a cigarette if you live in the UK.
Exactly. It tried to bite me, and I was mad at it. And out of anger, I used that word. But somebody got offended.
So I'm being honest, right?
Everybody gets offended by everything.
It makes me laugh because I've seen people play this kicks from software games, right? They're really difficult. We all know this, right? Or they're agitating and they piss people off in certain ways. Every person that's played a From Software game has, in some sense, maybe said something like racist or like gay related or whatever to the thing. I mean, hell, when I faced the Bloodstar Beast, I called it pussy flaps throughout my whole fight. I was like, pussy flaps. Funny. And I was pissed off at this boss. It was just annoying and aggravating. I got it in the end, and I was like, I didn't give a shit. Like, people say, like, I play Call of Duty, right? And all I hear is people say, like, the most stupid shit, and it's been like a foundation record this whole time where they say I fucked your mum. Oh really? Oh, then that doesn't get any freaking old. Or they call me a faggot. You're gay. Or but do I take an offense to it? No, because it's just bullshit words that people online would like to say.
But now you can't do bullshit. You can't do any of that. That's not good.
People get.
I don't care. I'm not gonna change my ways because people get offended by it.
Or a jab or whatever you want to call it. No offense, man. People got to like take shit on the chin, man. Seriously. It's just, it's what it is, man. Like,
it is what it is. It's a new age. But look, we're going to get up out of here because I want to continue to play the game that people were saying is bad because lesbian SJW said it was bad and she was offended by it. But if you feel comfortable,
poor baby.
If someone else is offended by a game and they leave a personal opinion
Trump
about the game,
every day. Don't see me crying about it.
Exactly. If that's how you feel, that someone else had a personal opinion about a game that they're supposed to review unbiased, then guess what? Again, leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Don't watch my content. Unfollow me. Unsubscribe. I don't want sensitive people like that around me. Sorry.
No, I'm with you on that.
You're just asking for it, aren't you?
I just haven't got it yet because I'm so
broke. I don't care.
You're just asking for it.
I'm asking for people to unfollow.
No, not you. Them, the viewers. If they know what you're like, then don't at them. If you know what they're gonna do, then like click off, unsubscribe, do whatever, bro. Exactly. Just get out of there. Like you don't have to watch the clip. It's like that guy in your stream yesterday. Try to prove a point. We're like, yo, let's just jump into a debate, and it's like he didn't want to do it because he knew for a fact that he had nothing to prove himself over, man. Like he just was Fratanga fan? I don't know. Like
I don't know, somebody.
It was somebody which tried to be something which he wasn't. He was laughing at his own jokes via freaking YouTube chat, by the way. Weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of people that are like that, though.
Social
you get a lot of people that are like that. Yeah, I know. I sometimes have to step away from social media for a while. Sometimes.
I mean, you really do. You really do, man. Some guy attacked me at 10 o'clock last night. He made a YouTube video attacking me, and My video got like 500 dislikes. It's almost at 600 dislikes. I'm gonna continue
God
to
damn.
take a screenshot of all the milestones just to
they're
let people
roasting your ass.
to let people understand. No, that's the
damn.
thing. Everybody hates something in the world, right?
Yep.
And they don't like me because I'm actually showing off the game. They want me to say, well, the reviews were bad, so maybe I should just give up and not post the gameplay. No, that's not me. I'm a gamer. Now, if you don't want to post gameplay of new exclusives that your PC or your Xbox or your Nintendo Switch has, well, that's you. You're not helping your community out at all. But me, I care about the community. I care about them knowing if a game is good or bad. And if you see me have a fucking glitch on live stream, you can tease the fuck out of me. But if you don't, for 3 straight hours, maybe somebody was wrong. I played the game 3 hours straight. And no one saw a fucking glitch. I didn't experience a game.
That's probably because there was an update, and apparently there was a 1.5 update today. So again, people that are reviewing this game, I said it earlier on before we started this podcast. It's either if they knew that there was going to be day one patches of that, maybe they should have held off until maybe No,
they didn't want to do that. They had one again. Most of the reviews didn't say something about heavy bugs. That's what was funny. Most of them, again, were personal political opinions. And with that, I want everybody to do their outros so I can get out of here and get back on Days Gone. So who's going first?
I'll go first, and then me and Boca.
Okay, Fit with Pistol here. Fucking thank you for having me on your show again. There
is he here?
Yeah, I'm talking. I don't think I can hear me. I don't think.
Adam, you can't hear him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's why.
All right, well, anyways, but yeah, Fit Mephisto here. Glad to be here as always. There, thank you so much for inviting me again, JTech, for this week, and I'm definitely going to be here again next week too as well. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, no problem. Adam,
go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, but let me just pause the game. Listen, everybody, thank you, for coming by. Obviously, I wasn't here as much. I was doing things on the side, but I tried to get in there at the last minute. I want to say thank you to Fatal. I want to say thank you to Big Money, as well as who was the Xbox guy again? I want to say his name.
Tim Dog.
Thank you very much for coming on, being like so, man. We're not the sort of PlayStation gamers that scrutinize people, right? We want other opinions on this show. We don't want just our PlayStation opinions, and that is basically what we want to strive to get out on our shows. But like I said, thank you very much all for watching, and add more. Sign out.
Okay.
All right, Boiler 320 guys. Again, Days Gone. If you're on the fence about it, pick it up. I was fortunate to have a game shared, so I gave it a legit chance. I have 7 hours of gameplay. One game crashing bug that I recorded. So if you're into third-party, mature, violent games, just pick it up. It's at least a solid game. I'm not saying it's 10 out of 10. It's a solid experience if you're into that sort of genre and/or third-person point of view. So yeah, guys, I'm out. Gonna play some more Days Gone as well. Take it easy, be safe.
Okay, this is JayTechTV. You already know. You're a native PlayStation gamer. Been here for many years. And I've been supporting PlayStation for a long time. People hate me because of it. But I'm gonna go play some Days Gone. I hope everybody understands that you can hit me up on Twitch also. If you don't see me streaming on YouTube or posting a video during the week on YouTube, you might see a video or a live stream on Twitch, because when I feel like streaming some of my game sessions, I put it on Twitch because I know I have a big following of some sort on YouTube, but most of you guys are not on Twitch. Sometimes I just feel like streaming. So I know I'm about to go stream on Twitch right now, full screen. But going over there, if like Sam said, if you're on the fence about Days Gone, please go watch the live stream that I did yesterday, 3 hours long, no game crashes, no glitches, or you can just go watch me play Days Gone right now. I just fucked up some people, took over a camp, and there's some zombies outside a train that I'm hiding in. So it might be pretty interesting. I'm going to try to fuck the zombies up. I have not saw or heard a horde of zombies. I have not saw them yet. I hope not. I've dealt with wolves. I've saw some deer that I wanted to kill, but I wasn't fast enough to catch them. I have not dealt with a bear, and there's a lot of other stuff that I haven't done, and there are some things that I have done. I'm really loving the skill tree. I love the upgrades. It's really it's like every one of the PlayStation exclusives, it borrowed some stuff from it. and it's better because of it. You know.
I guess we could have got into some details of what it does better than other games. Like, for example, you can walk around in your camp. You couldn't do that in Red Dead. You could walk around with binoculars. You couldn't do that in Red Dead. It has stuff that it actually does better than some of these big open world games.
Exactly.
But, we didn't get into it, but just gameplay.
Anyway.
I mean, we got 2 days, but I'll see you guys later. Everybody, I'm gonna meet you over in the party chat. Thanks for all the support. Everybody that viewed it and liked it. I'll thank you guys. Thank you for all the years of support. Thank you. We're out. Looking at my neck.